you were basically celebrating / recovering from your victory over the hill giants of the desert and valley, with their leader Chief Guh defeated. The new leadership that you guys orchestrated to put into place agreed to take the remaining hill giants and go far away from smallfolk and leave them alone. Now, with the attention span and brain power of hill giants, you will probably see them again within like 4 or 5 years, but you know that gives a new crop of adventurers something to do in the desert valley. But they certainly don't have a huge baller Viking hut to live in anymore because you completely decimated that. Um, yeah, so you journeyed to Goldenfield. You met up with more of Gyoz's contacts within the Emerald Enclave. Turns out these guys are everybody, or not everybody. Well, yeah, it kind of feels like they are everybody, but they're everywhere, and they are working hard against the giants and orchestrating defenses against the giants. And then you guys looked at your stock of treasure and loot, called in some favors, arranged to have the newly awakened Talon reforged into something even more powerful, using your contacts with the Wave Echo Cave Soulforge. While waiting for that sword to be completed, you decided you would cross a couple of quests off of your quest log from earlier in the campaign, and you did quite handily. And we will rejoin our heroes at the front entrance of the Etten Caves and finish that up, harvest some brains, sell some brains, and then figure out what to do next. All right, so let me move you guys back over to the Etten Caves, located just outside of Rivermoot. Alright, there we go. Okay. And I'll totally be over there in just a second. Let's see. Mhm. Yeah, that works. All right. Goodbye, chill ass cyan music. All right.
We did a lot better. Based on the health bars, we did a lot better in this fight than we did against that one Etten.
Oh yeah, well that one Etten was given steroids out the wazoo. He actually had the stats of like a deranged titan. So, yeah, like
Oh my
like
God.
he was like a CR 9-ish monster, whereas these Ettens are only like a CR 4 or 5. So this adventure, like, because this dungeon was actually a side adventure that you flew over twice. Yeah, this was meant for level like 5 and 6 characters. So yeah, but the other guy was like a world boss essentially. So it was one of those like you could try to fight him when you're low level and probably get scared off kind of thing. But you guys hit him hard and fast. Technically, Carrick wouldn't have even gone down if Carrick could just remember that he's a half-orc. So
Well, I still would have.
I mean, he would have knocked you down again probably, but yeah,
Well, he's. You're right. Because I could have possibly opposed the grapple.
You gotta put like a big old postie on your top of your monitor that's like you are a half-orc or something like that, or whatever that half-orc ability is called.
Yeah.
What is it? The Tub Thumper? You get knocked down, but you get up again, like that ability.
Yep. Yeah, the Chumbawamba.
Chumbawamba. There you go. Post a note that says Chumbawamba. Done. You'll never forget. All right. All threats, or immediate threats, are quite dead in this dungeon. So, let's go round robin to see what is happening in the aftermath of this battle. Salem, God King Reborn, savior of Tadpole and Skippy, also FIFA Adele's family, and several wayward edgelord urchins who live in Golden Fields, and a cat that lives in Phandalin. I think that's all your followers. What are you
and
doing?
a whole bunch. Oh wait, no, they're not followers. I was gonna say a whole bunch of cats in Waterdeep, but
Yeah.
they just owe me a favor.
They're business acquaintances. Yeah.
Yeah.
The cat mafia of Waterdeep. Or Neverwinter. So, what do you do in the aftermath of the battle? There are big ass wargs that are sort of shrinking down, making like the superhero I'm shrinking sound, kind of the wah, 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 as they shrink back down to their normal size. Their tremendous rage infused and big ability no longer taking effect.
I'm gonna do two things. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heal my Goas.
One of them is bursting with hit points, Skippy. Tadpole, however, could use
Yeah,
a
they should
little top me off.
they-
Yeah.
They should each technically have 23.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Like that was their max after you gave them the bonuses.
I think you have access to their minis and
I do,
stats
I
now,
do.
though. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so I'll let you take care of yours. Marcus, in the aftermath of this battle, still mounted on your hell kite. What do you do?
Indeed. I suppose the first thing would be he'd be looking around, making sure everything's a-okay, and seeing that everybody's ready to go. I guess he's gonna go ahead and dismount, and get ready to go take a look at the Ettins to see if we can start getting them ready to harvest. I guess the brains that we came here originally for as well. So.
Okay, fair enough. You begin examining the bodies, getting your medical tools out. Gyoza, what are you doing in the aftermath of the
Fuck
battle?
you.
What was that? Salem?
Again. People
Huh?
are sneezing, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Gyoza, what are you doing in the aftermath of the battle?
Quick reminder: there's supposed to be humans captives here.
What?
Yeah, you did hear that there were some human captives.
Then I guess Gyoza would remind the party that there's supposed to be some human captives here, and we should look around for them.
Oh,
Egan doesn't say anything. Egan says nothing.
you got that right.
Salem will take his Kuatoa and look for the captives.
Is this?
You can take my Hellkite.
Larionis, in the aftermath of the battle, what are you doing?
I'm not here, I'm guessing.
Oh,
I have
you're
a black
right.
screen,
Yeah,
so
that's
I am
right. You had business to attend to, elf noble stuff.
very important stuff, and I
Okay.
will eagerly await the return of my comrades.
Fair enough. Okay. Egan, what are you up to?
Egan will come down here to these human captives and help them out,
Okay.
as well as their cow.
All right. The three prisoners that are left, Landon, this handsome man, you may have gotten used to the fact that if you are as basic as possible a human being, you are this miniature or this miniature. This woman's name is Branja. The cow, who you do not speak cow, I'm assuming, introduces herself. She also has a name, but no one knows it because they don't speak cow. This is basically a pit in the floor with crude lattice work of logs and wood sort of set up above. It is a testament to how wimpy and NPC these people are, that they have not been able to escape on their own. Though you imagine with fell wargs and Ettins wandering around, even breaking free probably wouldn't have mattered too much. But it definitely seems like it would have been pretty easy to break out of. Maybe not for Felicity because she can't climb.
Oh, that's the cow's name? Okay.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's the cow's name.
I noted
was
it. I
trying-
noted it really quickly.
Oh, man. I was trying to keep it a secret for as long as possible. All right. And Karak Borgash, what are you doing in the aftermath of the battle?
Carrick's going to continue walking around on the ceiling, sort of waiting to see if something else rears its ugly head, and
Alright.
he'll like throw himself at it.
No sooner do you say that, and everyone finishes their round robin, then you see, peeking around a corner, you are at an elevation where you can see that there is actually a ledge up here. And peering down from the ledge does seem to be a tiny kobold. Well, I shouldn't use the word tiny. A small category kobold that's really small. Yeah. It is looking over at you guys with fear on its face and concern. There we go. This is so you guys know that there's an elevation change. Sweet. Oh, wait. I'd have to actually put it on the layer where you can see. Hold on. This is so you guys know that there's elevation change. Yay. Okay. Yeah, so the little kobold looks over. Definitely concern on its face. And unless you immediately shoot it, it's going to duck back around the corner.
No, I'm not going to shoot it. I'm
Okay.
going to keep my distance because kobolds can be fickle.
Mm.
And
We had one.
yeah,
Carrick,
gonna make my way over.
Carrick, are you the only one that saw that?
I think because of the elevation, probably. Because this ledge is not, like, the opening here is actually not big enough for the Ettins to get through. It would be one of those things that, if I were to draw it out.
Would Salem have seen it from where he is?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Salem's what, around the corner, right? Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you went ahead in the dungeon. Like, so, sure, you would have seen it. Because you're in that part of the dungeon now.
I didn't-
You're in a completely different part of the dungeon, so yes. You
I
definitely
didn't
would've seen it.
know where the captives were, and I was like, I'm gonna check up.
See, this is why I can't take you with me to the grocery store. You always wandering off.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Getting
So,
into the cat food.
those of you that are down on the main area, there's just a little bit of a gap there. Like right there. Where kind of the ceiling is. That kind of leads to this other area. And that's what Carrick was able to see, and then Salem over here was able to see it as well.
Do I see?
Do you see that those sexy women like
Yeah,
sprawled out
yeah.
in the bed? Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah.
Are they
This is what happens when
sleeping?
you wander off on your own. They do seem to be restlessly sleeping. One of them is awake. One of them is asleep. The one that is
Of
awake
course.
is
They
being
take shifts.
it is being placated by the tiny kobold. But it does look back, see you and your entourage, and try to rouse the female Ettin, who is quite large.
At her.
Yeah. All right. So a lot's going on. Carrick, you see the kobold kind of running down the passageway. You probably at this point see Wayward Salem and his entourage. You see the others down below.
Yep.
All right. A lot is happening here at once. I think we're going to have to go back into initiative just so that we can sort these events as they transpire. So everybody just go ahead and roll up into initiative. Might be the easiest way to handle this.
Oh man, low initiative.
All right,
Like always.
We'll roll Felicity into initiative because reasons.
Oh man. Again, Skippy is on it.
All right, if everybody's rolled in, let's see what we got here. Skippy, you're up first. There is a shrine to your right. The shrine is significant enough that there is flavor text for it. Because you're my favorite player character, Skippy, I'm gonna read you the flavor text here. Let's see. Where's that flavor text? Come on now. Where'd you go? Let's see. Okay. Although it doesn't seem possible, the stench of this chamber is worse than anywhere else in the complex. Skippy, you, Salem, and Tadpole will all need to make constitution checks. If you fail, the stench is too great, and you spend 1 round incapacitated as you vomit all over the floor. You see that most of the stench is coming from a mound of flayed rodents and birds piled up northeast of a strange and frightening shrine of bone and hide and blood. It seems to be a makeshift altar of sorts, haphazardly held together with rope.
That's this thing here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised Skippy and Tadpole aren't like watering at the mouth.
Yeah, well, now that they're on the good guys team, this kind of stuff just grosses them out. But go ahead and give me some constitution saves. See if everybody starts barfing.
Okay. Save
For them, it will
Skippy.
be since they used to live in the sewer and they love to eat rats. If they fail, they spend a round eating the dead rats. They don't spend a round
Oh,
throwing
he failed, I think.
All right, so yeah, he's going hog wild on that mound of rats. He's just shoveling them into his mouth. As he bites into them,
do that.
they explode with maggots. Just maggots everywhere. These are so rotten.
That's
Ew.
horribly descriptive, but that's probably like the best food ever for him right now.
Oh,
Do
for
I-
sure,
do I-
yeah. Do you guys remember
I need a-
Gushers? It's like that, or maybe like
Oh
like a
no.
No.
hostess pie. You know, like heated
Yeah,
up.
there you go.
Yeah. They're just or a hot pocket from the microwave.
Oh, yeah.
Like a rat cordon bleu.
Yeah.
Do I need to
Skippy
make
is
the saves
in
now or
paradise.
on their turns?
Just make it now. That way we know what you're doing with your turn. Especially when he starts eating them, because then the stink clouds just start coming out in full force. Carrick, I'm gonna say watching Skippy eat them, you are also gonna need to make a Constitution save.
That is fair.
Okay. All right, you hold it in. Oh wow, Tadpole,
Okay.
no restraint. Tadpole's gonna rush over there and start
Yeah.
fighting Skippy for dead rats and birds. All right, Marcus, you have no idea what's going on north of you.
Absolutely not. Yep.
All right, the ground is still frosty from your spell, but it is quickly fading. Right, last what?
Yeah.
10 minutes?
Well,
1 minute?
actually, no. It should have ended by my next turn. Actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's real
So the
quick.
round's just gonna be wet at this point.
Yeah.
And squishy. All right.
Alrighty.
All right.
Um.
Yeah, you see that there are 2 dead Ettins here, as well as these fell warg, but it is the Ettins whose brains you need to extract as delicately as possible. You need to make sure those
yeah.
brains are in good shape.
What kind of check do you want me to make for this, or
It is
I...
actually a knowledge nature, and then followed by a knowledge medicine.
nature?
Unless
then
you have
medicine?
training in a harvesting kit, then you could use a harvesting kit instead.
Well, I have a harvesting kit, not proficient with it, but all right.
Oh.
Well,
Well, then you probably want to. If you're proficient with medicine, you probably just want to do medicine.
oh, so I could skip the nature by doing medicine, or
Well, nature is to sort of refresh yourself on the techniques and whatnot. Someone can assist you with the nature check, if you'd like, or even make the nature check for you and basically be like, don't forget to do this, and don't forget that on an Ettin there's such and
Gotcha.
such nerve behind the earlobe, and stuff like that.
yeah, I'll say Gyosa. You want to give me a hand with this? And
I'll be like, I can give you some guidance. I don't know.
well, lucky for
I've got a
you,
pl-
I'm actually about to give you some guidance. or actually no, I'll give you the help
I've got
action.
I've got a +5 in medicine, but I'm not proficient in it.
Oh no, for the nature specifically.
I have a 0 in nature.
Well, it's better than
He's
a negative
he's a
1.
5th edition druid. Why would he have nature skill? That's crazy.
Nature is magic.
All right.
You know,
Okay. All right.
It's
well,
all magic.
I'm gonna
Pretty sure.
then I'm gonna hold my action to do that nature check when he guidances me, basically.
Okay, fair enough. So that's what you guys are working on. I'm just trying to figure out where everybody's at and whether or not actions are going to trigger a combat. Carrick, you managed to, even upside down, hold your gorge as these two begin just feasting on rotten birds and rats. What do you do?
All right, I'm going to look away, and I'm going to go looking for that kobold because either, well, there it is. Well, shit.
You see two very large women laying in a very large bed. You are an old man. You've seen a lot of things. You know what a pregnant woman looks like. These women, with their shared stomach, are swollen with baby.
Oh dear.
The kobold, now you get a better look at it, is dressed in the garments and robes of some sort of primitive priestess. You know, got like the sprung and like the heavy like bone jewelry around the neck and shoulders, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. I'm going to, let's see, I've moved 5 feet. 5:30. So I'm gonna walk back over here and say to Gyoza and Marcus, not to alarm you, but there appears to be a pregnant Etten on the 2nd level, and a kobold about to get her, I don't know, into a pregnant fighting frenzy. Just giving you a heads up. So I'll use my turn to warn them.
Okay. All right. The kobold is gonna do stuff. Egan, you begin to free the prisoners from their situation.
Yes.
All right. They introduce themselves as I'm Landon, and I'm Bronja, and they are out of Rivermoot. They were foresters who were captured by the Ettins and brought here. They don't know who the cow belongs to, but she's awful sweet. There were others, but they've been taken, and they never saw them again.
Oh, that's
Landon is special friends with Owen, who is the leader of Riverboot, and promises that if you rescue him and Bronja and Mysterious Cow and get them back to Rivermoot, he will do everything he can to make sure that Owen rewards you.
I mean, didn't even have to. Yeah, I'm already trying to help out. While he's talking, I'm not even listening to him.
Okay, yeah, you're like an eighth level, you know, 9th level, 8th level. You're 8th level, right? 9th level?
We are
I'm
9
a
now.
9.
Yeah, that's right. Cause you pre-leveled from blowing the horn.
What?
That's right. You're on borrowed time right now. Gotcha.
Ooh.
Yeah. But yeah, like 9th level paladin with training in athletics, you just start tearing this shit apart, like no problem. You don't even need to make checks.
Yep.
All right. They are relieved. Landon, much more emotional than Bronja, just begins to sob openly because he didn't think that anyone would come for them. Bronja, she punches him hard in the arm and says, I told you the gods were looking out for us. Thank you, stranger.
Give him a hug. Him, not her. Him.
Okay, yeah, he needs the hug for sure.
Yeah, give him a super big hug. It's all right. We got you.
All right, just a lot of snot all over your pauldrons. Couple of shuddering weeps, but he gets it back together. Felicity kind of noses in on this, but she is stuck at the bottom of the pit. She gets up on her hind legs and makes the pick-me-up gesture.
That's a smart cow.
Uppies.
Sure. Yeah, let's try this.
Sure, she weighs 1,600 pounds.
Yeah, I rage. No, I'm kidding. Can I get the
Do you even lift, bro?
I'll holler Lucky to come over and see if we can get a little nudge out and
Oh, you're
Yeah,
gonna
we're
call the
doing this.
dragon over to
Yeah, we're
help
doing
with the
this.
cow.
Yep.
Help
All
with
right.
the
You know
cow,
that
dragon.
dragon's gonna take one look at the cow and be like,
Hey, listen.
proper meal.
Yeah, Egan's
I
not
mean,
thinking this
what's
through.
your strength score? Because you can lift 30 times your strength score.
16.
Oh, yeah, so you could lift a weight in pounds up to twice your carrying capacity, or 30 times your strength score. So you said
480.
17?
He would need
16.
100 times the strength score.
Oh. So yeah, you can deadlift 510 pounds, which I'm gonna tell you, if you told me that when we were out for coffee, I would be very impressed. But
That
you would
is
not be
pretty
lifting.
impressive.
Yeah, you would not be lifting no cow. So,
All right, cool.
all right.
Yeah.
Maybe if you were raging.
You know what? No, he won't rage right now.
All
We're
right.
good. We're good.
So yeah, Lucky will come over at your insistence. The cow is very frightened of Lucky. It's a whole thing. She just starts shitting all over the bones at the bottom of the pit. She's gonna have to make a wisdom saving throw or pass out from fear. Hold on a second. It's been a while since I used cow stats. Let's see. What's your wisdom save, cow? I'm assuming it's a +1. Oh, +0. Oh, that sucks. All right. How come you never change it to a cow, Gyoza? I mean, this is a pretty powerful animal right here.
Yeah.
10 armor class, 15 hit points, 30 speed. Well, it's pretty good.
4
all right.
stomachs.
Yeah, she makes the save, but she does start to back away, using the disengage action first, because she's no fool.
Oh, all right.
All right. While you're dealing with that, Salem, you watch as your followers gorge themselves on rotten, maggot-filled rats and birds. They are full of blood, in addition to being full of maggots. It is a mess over there.
Oh, this is. Did my 18 con save pass?
Oh yeah, for sure. It was only a 10.
Okay. This is fine then. They deserve this reward.
Okay. They look over at you. Their face is just covered in gore, and they just smile real big at you, and then they just go back to gorging themselves.
I cast tongues on myself,
Okay.
and I tell them so they can understand me. Feast to your heart's content.
Oh.
And I am going to then flappy flap my way this way.
Okay.
I'm gonna start making my way over to
Sure.
over
As
there.
you approach, the small kobold raises a hand, and she says, in the common tongue, maybe you have tongues, so it's hard to tell. Halt! Do not come any further. You are in the presence of she who carries the seed of a god.
Fitting, as I am one.
Oh dear.
Oh, her eyes kind of widen at this. Are you now? And she looks back at the Etten and looks at you. What powers do you have? What boons do you grant?
I grant boons over chaos and health.
I would seek permission to approach.
Of course. I had a friend of one such as yourself before.
All right. As she approaches Gyoza, you see the kobold at last in the small window that is sort of there in the stonework. She seems to be unarmed, but she also carries herself in dress and demeanor like a spellcaster. Do you do anything?
Marcus, look.
Yes?
Look. Salem and a kobold are up there doing something.
Can I see them from here? I think so, right?
Once they're pointed out to you, and with her being at the edge there, yes, you can see the kobold.
Oh.
And Salem's kind of like doing his flap, like hover flap.
Huh. It's a kobold.
You're a big glowy thing in the darkness.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The big old glowy mane as well. That makes sense.
We can see you from everywhere.
You're welcome.
Oh,
As she peers down at all of you, Her eyes take in the carnage and the bloodshed. She turns back to Salem and says, "You have slain all the guardians of Dokog and Dolank."
You kind of hesitated on the second one.
It's a very long O.
Oh, I'm still waiting for the guidance, by the way.
Yes. Yes, we did. We heard that there were captives here, as well as Ettins that would be useful to us. Mostly dead.
A growing baby needs plenty of food, blood, and meat. Dolunk and Dokog were very hungry. But now that you have defeated her harem guards and her pets, what do you intend to do next, mystical beast? Will you fly forward and slay her as well? And the baby godchild she carries in her womb?
No, I think I'm more curious, so I would like a conversation.
All right. So you guys are overhearing this conversation. The kobold is in fact speaking in the Chondathan trade tongue of the region. So she is speaking common.
All right. Gyoza has.
She's got a pretty good accent too. She doesn't have like that heavy kobold accent that you're used to hearing.
Should your lady be useful to us, she may yet survive the evening.
I will prepare her for visitors.
Wonderful.
All right. You have a bit of time before you must meet with Dokog and Dolunk.
Well, it seems like stuff's going on this direction, so I'm going to slap guidance on Marcus and head this way.
All right. As you arrive, you hear moos of defense and panic from a pit in the floor. You see this hellkite, Lucky, breathing fire into the air and fanning its wings. It's very like late season Game of Thrones. You see that there are two humans. They look to be Chondathan in, I guess, ethnicity. And they are trying to soothe whatever is in the pit, making the cow noises. Despite being a druid, without any training in nature, you only have the slightest hint that it might be a cow because of the moo sounds.
I've got very high animal handling.
No, you know that it is a frightened cow. You also know that livestock are one of the preferred foods of the hellkite, so it's probably understandable why the cow is so frightened.
Hey, Egan, get your hellkite back.
He will.
All right,
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right, if you guys are unified in your actions, we can kind of drop out of initiative. Is there, are you guys gonna meet up for this powwow with the Etnis, or do you guys need to handle independent business?
Marcus is primarily focused on making a lot of money right now.
Okay.
So he's focusing on the Ettins.
All right. So why don't, Marcus, you give me that nature check with the guidance thrown in there.
Yeah, I did. I had it ready as an reaction.
Okay.
So I just did it when
so
Joza...
17, you know that the Ettin toes and the Ettin brains can be extracted, and you have a pretty good sense of how to do that. You would need to make medicine checks on each of the Ettins.
Yeah, we did do this really well last time.
Yeah. Do I go ahead and just roll?
You know from experience that to extract the brain successfully, you will need a DC 15 medicine check on each of the Ettins.
Is anybody helping me, or are y'all just leaving me to do that while y'all handle whatever else?
Only individuals who are trained in medicine will be able to assist you as nurse.
Gotcha.
I'll give you guidance, but that's about it.
Okay. Well, then I'm pretty confident in this. Here they come.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give them some guidance.
All right.
Two guidances for 2 brains, I guess.
Sure.
Or,
So
or
you're
two.
gonna have
two
+1 to your
creatures.
first check and +3 to your second check. Holy shit.
Oof.
Okay.
Second one.
You are able to perfectly extract the brains from the first one. In the second one, there was a lot of damage to the brains. You do your best to extract them. You don't know if they're gonna net the full value, but they're not completely like damaged and unsalvageable.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So you have 2 more Etten brains. These are perfect, and then you have 2 Etten brains damaged.
All right. I'll go ahead and mark those down, and I'll keep them with the harvesting
Okay.
kit stored. in
Each
there.
of these operations is going to take 10 minutes per head. So this is going to be 40 minutes of time. So you may be preoccupied, I guess,
Absolutely,
as the rest of the party is working on other stuff. Carrick, do you watch these brain extraction surgeries, or do you join up with the rest of the party?
Well, as I can't help Marcus out as actually disgustingly intriguing as this process would be, he'd be a little bit more concerned of Salem again flexing his god muscles and we get into a worse situation than we already were in.
All right.
So far, anytime Salem has flexed his god muscles, we've ended up fine.
Carrion crawlers.
So, you using spider climb, head up
Yeah, I'm still-
and sort of rejoin Salem. His fish folk are still gorging themselves. Their bellies are just like expanding, like they swallowed watermelons, as they continue to just shovel this rare delicacy in their gobs.
All right. Carrick will see that they're eating a lot, and kind of like a dog that it's been out in the sun for a little bit too long, comes in, drinks too much water, and it's just gonna vomit all up. He's gonna go up to them and be like, "Hey, knock it off! You're gonna make yourself sick."
Excuse me. I said they could feast. I believe they're
Alright,
my followers, not yours.
Fine, you deal with it if they throw
Yeah.
up.
Tadpole turns to you, and despite everything you've been through, its gore-covered face and mouth, its eyes beady, it hisses at you defensively. And then, remembering the friendship that you share, it throws you 1 skinned and rotting rat. Do you try to catch the rat?
No.
Okay, it
Unless it's
lands
like
on the stone. It
exploded
lands
in
on
my
the
face.
stone floor next to you and explodes like a water balloon. Blood and maggots go everywhere.
See? He's trying to share with you.
I didn't want to share. I just don't want Toa puke all over me.
Well,
I'm
who
so
said they're going to be aiming for you when they puke?
I'm so glad I'm not up
Just my luck.
So Branja and Landon say that we'll get some rope and we'll get the cow out. You go and make sure everything is safe. What was the name?
Dirty.
I think Egan.
Egan!
Egan, they're talking to you.
Egan. Are you there?
Apparently, I can't unmute my mic in game.
Oh,
There we go.
My name is Egan. I had something in my throat for a really long time, unnecessarily.
all right. I thought your anniversary was weeks ago.
But actually, this is my birthday week.
Oh, okay. Hey, it's 2020. I don't judge.
It's
Whatever you need, baby. All right. So yeah, they're gonna grab some rope and they're gonna try to get the cow out. If you wanted to go and secure the rest of the dungeon.
That makes sense.
Okay.
I will do that.
All right. Branja, she sees this guy with this slick red anime hair, and she's like, she puts a hand on your shoulder. She's like, "Hey,
Aye.
Yep. Once you're in a
That's it.
relationship, they just keep coming.
All right.
Hey, Egan, if you need help, I'm gonna help with the cow. So just yell if you need help.
You yell as well.
Okay.
All right.
Gyoza has no idea what you're talking about.
So, Gyoza, you join the NPCs in their efforts to try and save Felicity the cow from her fate deep in the pit. The Hellkites, unattended, begin to feast on the fell wargs' bodies.
Mhm.
The ones outside who are just sated on burnt troll, they come in from the rain because they don't want to be out in the rain. And they, like dogs, they just shake water everywhere.
I'll use my ring of animal influence to cast speak with animals and help us get the cow out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Felicity introduces herself as Felicity the cow. She explains that she and her herd are lowland, hill country cattle, that they graze and live outside of Rivermoot. She is, as far as she knows, the last sole survivor of the cows who were captured by the Ettins and trolls. She has watched one by one as each of her each of her fellow cows was taken away, easily lifted up out of the pit by hungry and evil Ettins.
Gyoza,
She has prayed every night to Sylvanas for intervention, and now Sylvanas has answered her prayers.
yeah. Gyoza thinks this is definitely the most important story going on. He'll make sure to share it with everybody.
Okay, fair enough. Felicity, while you're freeing her from the pit, she does begin to tell you her life story, a lot of the important stuff that she's done, milk that she's made, a rivalry that she had with Snow Sparkle, who was another cow, a heifer of no small repute, how they were both sort of after the affections of the local bull Blue. There's this whole thing. You get the feeling that Snow Sparkle may really have been after Felicity, in more than just a frenemies kind of way, but it's all sort of a moot point now because Snow Sparkle was eaten by Ettins.
Right.
Yeah.
Point.
Okay. Yeah. So as you begin to head away, Egan, you hear Gyoza
I'm
begin
sorry,
mooing.
Did Egan just say it's all a moo point?
Yeah. Mhm. All right, Egan, do you wish to take part in this conversation with the kobold and the Ettin?
It could be a moving discussion.
Yes, it could be very moving. Yeah. I'll
We just
thought you
move
guys-
this along, please.
Yeah, I thought you guys would be punned out after Mattgate or whatever happened earlier. So, all right. So Egan, I'll move you over with everybody else.
It never stops being amusing, Crash.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I will. I don't know if he'll understand me, but I will instruct Lucky to bring a souvenir from an Ettin and a wolf.
Okay. Yeah, that's super complicated. It does. Yeah, it's not gonna.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll still try.
Okay. All right. As you pass this rancid shrine, I will need you to make a Constitution save, and Doctor Who as well.
All right, Doctor
I
Who.
don't know why. Bless would be gone by now, I assume.
Yeah.
Doctor Who
Yeah.
just like poofs from it.
Maybe.
Just gone.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just one big, well-formed mouse pellet just comes right out of your mouth and flops onto the ground. Tadpole greedily snatches that up as well and eats that also.
Mm.
That just causes a bunch of dry heaving and retching from Doctor Who. Like when your dog throws up and eats the throw up, it's like that feeling. Yeah. All right. The cult steps forward and says, "They are ready to meet with you now. You may come forward."
Wonderful. Flap, flap, flap.
Step.
All right, you see that both Etten are awake now, and Dokog and Dolonk. They, in addition to being absolutely beautiful, radiant and glowing from pregnancy, Dokog and Dolonk look like they're in a great deal of discomfort because they hella pregos. They sort of just lay in bed and like trying to be as comfortable as possible, but they have sort of propped themselves up so they could look over and see you guys. They do not look particularly bright, but they look more intelligent than most of the Ettins that you have met or seen.
It's a theme here.
Greetings, Dolog and Dolunk.
Dolunk.
The kobold says, "They do not speak the common tongue of the region. I will have to translate for you."
No need.
You've got tongues.
I speak all languages.
Well, she would have no idea because the magic of tongues is she hears what she wants to hear, etc.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, so she closes her tiny maw, and you see Dokog and Dolunk look surprised at your fluent giant.
May I approach?
Yeah, so Dokog, who's the meaner looking one, says, "Yes, come forward."
I will flappy flap my way over, and I'll go ahead and put myself a little bit higher in the air as well.
"You are a strange monster. Are you sent by my husband, Golantor?"
We haven't heard that name.
No.
No, you can attempt a religion check to see if you know who anyone hearing her say Golantor. You can attempt a religion check to see if you recognize that name. Salem. Golantor is a minor. Yeah, that's true. Golantor is a lesser god of the giants. He is obsessed with murder and violence. He is favored by the most stupid and violent of the giant races. So ogres, hill giants, and Etten. Golantor is depicted as a two-headed, four-armed giant who basically just murders everything. It's a very slim portfolio.
One of my more violent. Unfortunately, no, we have not been sent by him.
The women exchange a look, and then Dolunk says, "Are you going to kill? Are you going to kill us and kill our baby? This baby is conceived by Golantor himself. This is magic baby." And she rubs her communal stomach.
Can I go ahead and cast Detect Magic?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I'll tell him, I'm not, but I would like to take a look, and I'll cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
And
The
see-
kobold climbs up onto this treasure chest and watches with great interest. So you cast Dispel Magic or Detect Magic?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
I thought you were pulling a fast one on me.
No, Dispel the baby.
I would like to step closer.
I meant
as long
Detect Magic. I apologize.
I would
Okay.
like to step closer.
They
as long
both
as
have
I'm-
magic. They both start with D.
There is nothing magical at all about the Etten, or about the kobold, or really about anything. Nothing within 30 feet of you radiates any magic, except the stuff you already know about.
So no magic baby? Question mark.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't see like the glowing outline of a magic two-headed baby in this lady's hoo-ha.
But then again, I don't know if it works that way. So
I mean, detect magic can see through.
3 feet.
Penetrate,
or
penetrate most barriers. I would say. I would say
yeah.
a vajayjay would be a barrier that it could probably penetrate.
But it could be anti-magic and be on the
Anti-magic
fluid.
baby.
Yep, the fluid around it could be protecting it. You got to be careful with that.
Yep.
Yep.
Egan, you know a lot about magic babies.
I'm telling you, I got 2 of them.
Of all the YouTube videos to watch, I wouldn't have recommended that one first, but I'm glad that you're really digging into the D&D lore there. That's great.
If indeed this is a child of Golantor, it will be powerful indeed.
Oh, that's really
Glad to
sweet
be
of you
there.
to say. Dokog, again, the head on the left, she bristles with anger and pride. And she yells at you, spittle flying everywhere. Of course it will be. Golantor's strongest. Now that ordering has come, I will bear his unholy child and birth a warlord that will lead the Etten race into dominion over all giants. And Dolunk, she kind of looks sad. She's like, I just hope baby is healthy and happy.
Well, lucky you. One of my domains is health itself. Tell me, how have you been feeling?
They kind of look at each other, and they both say at the same time, hungry.
In any pain at all?
Yes? Very sore. And, Dolog rubs, their back.
Well, a growing mothers and child should definitely have as much rest as possible. Hey Egan, is that cow still down there?
It was when I left.
Perhaps we could bring it up here.
I will attempt to do so.
You're gonna feed the cow to the Ettins?
Yeah, it's a cow.
So the kobold looks at you and says, so you are not going to kill Dokog, Dolunk, and myself?
I have no plans to. Dokog and Dolunk don't seem to be able to quite move at the moment, which is fine. Better for the baby that they don't.
The kobold seems mistrustful, which is sort of in their nature because they're not very trustworthy on average. She looks from you to Egan, and she says, "You there, human, of a human god. This creature, she bears the fruit of Golantor, a violent god of murder. You would let his unholy spawn into the world to lead the Ettins into a campaign of darkness and destruction?"
While
I just
this
kind of
is-
like nod and smile at Egan.
While this is going on, can Marcus yell something that he just remembered out loud to the guys up there? Completely unrelated.
Sure.
Yeah, he's gonna yell, "Hey guys, look around for that belt buckle, by the way. We need it while you're up there. I don't know what y'all are doing, but yeah."
I completely forgot about the belt buckle.
So did I.
Anyway,
Well, glad someone remembered.
Yeah. Interesting. I think that
Is the kobold saying all this in common, or is they?
Well, the kobold speaks fluent common.
All right.
yeah, but the
Not have understood the conversation between Salem and the Ettins.
You would
yeah,
not have
that's-
understood the conversation between Salem and Etten unless you spoke
Okay.
giant.
I
Yeah,
Well,
no,
you would have understood everything that Salem said because tongues. You
Yeah.
just wouldn't have understood anything that the Etten said.
Yeah, but I would probably listen to about half of what Salem says.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Mm.
the kobold
But
seems
I would have caught that from the kobold. And Eric
kobold
is
seems
good.
nervous but hopeful.
Our half-orc friend there is extremely violent. In
I'm
fact, he
violent
seems
with
to
it.
relish in it.
Are you a follower of Golantor, orc?
Fuck.
Mm. I have to ask, are we in danger, or are you just going to continue butchering the dead and leave?
Most likely the second. Also, we're looking for a belt buckle.
Oh. I know
A
where
magic one.
I know where a belt buckle is.
Oh. Wonderful. It's
Hey,
not
Crash.
on them, is it?
Yeah, what's up, Gyoza?
I sent you a PM in Discord that
Oh.
the rest of the players wouldn't know about because they're
Okay,
not close enough.
Oh, nice. Okay. Fair enough. All right. So the kobold asks Sergeant Carrick Borgash, who she calls Orc, to help her open this box.
Let me put the little that on the brain for. No, that's not concentration, is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, it's concentration.
Detect magic
Okay,
is.
because I got detect magic up, yeah. But tongues is not. It's amazing.
Do you help
is
her
pretty
open it,
spectacular.
Sergeant
I'll
Carrick
say
Borgash?
you can keep an eye on this one.
Okay.
So I will assist. I'll open the chest.
All right. The chest is full of gems. The kobold, like a small child in a ball pit, climbs in and burrows down into the gems. She comes up sometime later, and as she heads towards the surface, Salem, you do start to see the glow of magic. She is holding a magic belt buckle.
Does it look like it matches the belt?
The buckle is the face of a hideously deformed humanoid man. Having just fought such creatures, you recognize it as a hill giant.
Hey,
Pretty sure that's the one.
belt buckle secured.
All right, I'll take the belt buckle, and I'll say, Egan, let's go get that cow. Why don't you come with me?
Okay.
Okay.
It's a Dogok and Dolunk.
Out of earshot.
Yeah.
As you examine the belt buckle closer, it's actually one of the cutest hill giants you've ever seen.
Guys.
Oh, this is adorable.
Oh, indeed.
Dokog, Dolunk.
Okay. Yeah. They
have
they turn to you again.
I have a question for you.
Hmm.
Seeing as you will be birthing a great and mighty child soon, and that your husband, lover, one night stand.
They both say at the same time, "Master."
Seeing as he has no need for it at the moment, and as you can easily take it back after you give birth, my companions and I will be taking all of the shiny stuff in that box and anywhere else in here for the time being, and putting it to good use for the ordaining.
All right. Give me a deception check. All right.
Pretty good.
The two of them look at each other, and they look back at you. And Dolunk says, you are a monster and able to boss around a human knight and handsome orc, so it would make sense that you would know what is good or not. And
It is because I am no monster. I am a god.
And Dokog says, strange winged spirit, you may take the shinies. You have earned them through blood and conquest. Young Tipa told us of your great battle prowess. We would risk our baby's life to fight you. We are, as disgusting as it is to admit, at your mercy. We freely give what loot we can, if you leave us our lives and our larders.
Wonderful. And that is exactly what will happen. Tifa? Tiffy? What's your name, little Tippa?
Sorry, it's Tippa. Yeah, Tippa.
Will you be remaining here to help these two? Or would you like to come and see the world?
Tippa looks over at the Etten and says, I will see this through to the end.
Admirable of you.
She stage whispers to you in Draconic. I made the whole thing up to avoid being eaten, and it just sort of got out of hand.
Huh.
Salem has no idea what that would be like.
Salem, I kind of feel like maybe there'd be like a feeling of a kindred spirit here. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that Galantor was some kind of giant god, so I just told him that I was sent by Galantor and that she was already knocked up with his baby. And then she got so full of self and confident that she basically enslaved those other two boy Ettins and turned them into her love slaves, which then of course resulted in her actually being pregnant. And at that point,
God
I was already
bless.
the high priestess of Galantor, so I just kind of went with it.
Dokog, Dolunk. Give me a moment, I will return. I need to speak with Tippa and my companions to arrange the shinies being removed from this place.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell Tippa to follow me.
Knowing that anything as bizarre as you must be a powerful spirit, they nod their acquiescence.
I'm gonna, until we're far enough away, and I'm gonna bring, getting Tippa into the group.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna physically
And-
pick up Egan and carry him down so we can actually all of us talk well away from the Etten.
Oh, okay.
So,
Fair
I'm
enough.
gonna climb down using my slippers of spider climbing. Then just
Carry-
chase Egan
So you
down
carry him like a
for-
baby.
Carry me across the threshold. Is that
Here,
what you need to
Tippa,
Sure,
I
why
will
not?
I will
That's what
carry
you
you.
fantasize.
Oh, thank you. I feel a
So-
strange kinship to you.
I had a friend once. His name was Amber Eye. You remind
Aw.
me of him.
do? Aw.
So
I'll flappy flap my way down and be like, okay, so
we might
now
have
that
a
Marcus and
situation.
Gyoza here, couple things. Very pregnant Etten lady up there. I don't want to kill her. I would feel bad. She thinks she has like a god baby in her. Definitely not a god baby. There's no magic on her at all.
Oh, thank God. I didn't want to have to commit infanticide today.
I still don't want to kill someone who has a baby in them though.
Marcus,
Giant two-headed
while
freak monster or not.
while still scalping the craniums, I guess these guys, he's gonna say,
Yeah,
just do whatever the hell you
40-minute
want.
process, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, just do whatever the hell. I don't care. As long
On
as
the
you
plus
guys
side-
just make sure you get the
On the
belt
plus
buckle.
side, they got. Oh no, we already got the belt buckle, but they got a lot of
okay.
loot in here, and I convinced them that we're gonna take it in order to help the ordning. I didn't exactly say how we're gonna help the ordning, but they believe me either way.
We can help the ordering stop.
Yeah,
My
exactly.
trust in Salem was well placed, it seems.
Are you
Thank
fucking
you,
serious
Marcus.
about shit?
Thank you.
I mean, I'm not gonna complain about the results, but really, you're gonna make that kind of statement?
I'm just saying it got results.
I'm not saying it did get results, but really, his ego's big enough as
Please
this.
don't yell at me. The slightest flinch from me could cause these brains to be ruined on the
Marcus,
second
why-
end.
why does-
And at
why
that
is-
exact
Marcus.
moment, you hear a horrible squelching sound, and there is a spray of cranial fluid.
God damn it!
I deserve that.
All
Sorry.
right.
And
Okay.
Garrett will distance himself from Marcus as he's
So,
still holding
we're gonna need to figure out how to transport all the loot.
And as
Also-
per the physics engine of this campaign, it all gets on Marcus.
Also, where's that cow?
What?
The
Okay.
cow.
Why do you want? Come on. I mean, we're not feeding the cow to her.
We
I
already
mean,
promised we would feed the cow to this lady.
Ranja and Landon say, the cow ran away.
Gyoza, you can make a lot of food, right?
Yes.
All right.
Slotted it.
All right. Do you think you can just make a lot of food real quick for this lady up there? She's super hungry. She's
Yeah.
literally a giant trying to feed a giant baby.
Sure. I can. Yeah. I can.
Well, she's actually two giants in one body, feeding who knows how many babies.
Oh man, yeah, that's right. You did say she had two lover dudes.
Oh yeah, and Ettins have two penises each.
Oh.
Yeah, but they probably
so they're
don't
like
have two.
possums.
You know what? We're not even gonna get into the anatomy of Ettins right now.
I learned a lot in the last few months. A lot.
Gyoza. Oh, anyway, by the way, Tippa, you sure you don't want to come with us? We'd always
You
use
would
another
have-
one in the group.
I would just get in the way. All I'm good at is languages.
Ah, you're fine. That's perfect.
I speak
and then actually
Draconic,
play it.
Common, Giant, Orc, Elven.
But Tippa, you're gonna be my chief of languages.
How about she'll be our chief of languages if she wants to come along?
Well, since you're gonna take all the treasure, all that I'm gonna be left with is a angry, pregnant pair of sisters sharing one baby, and
Yeah.
yeah. It might
And you
be
don't want
time.
to get eaten.
It might be time for me to check out.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
nature take its course.
Hey, and you know what? There's a battle sheep waiting for you as well.
Go what?
A battle sheep.
She can
What
just
the hell
ride
is a
on.
battle sheep?
First of
She-
all,
She
it's
can just.
not. Fury is a magnificent creature, and I will not have you speaking poorly of him.
I didn't speak poorly of it. I just don't know what you're talking about. Fury? Furry?
It's a
What?
sheep bred
Yeah.
for battle.
It's a battle
It
sheep.
doesn't make any sense.
How does that not make any sense? Do you know what a sheep is?
I know exactly what a sheep is. That's why it doesn't
Do you
make
know?
any sense.
Do you know what battle is?
It's
Put the two together.
it is indeed a battle sheep.
Carrick is gonna stare at you incredulously. It's like, are you fucking serious right now?
I think this sheep might have more XP than anyone else. It has survived longer than any of our other pets.
Oh.
So is the intention to bamboozle these pregnant women and just
Oh,
leave them
yes.
there to fend for themselves?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Do
think so.
whatever Salem wants to do, yeah.
I'm gonna have
Okay.
Gyoza, if Gyoza is willing to, make a whole bunch of food for her as much as he can, as much as he's willing to, rather.
Okay.
And we're gonna get as much.
Do you guys
loot.
go full like repo liquidators on this layer? Do I need to just
Oh,
send you
yeah.
the loot list for the whole place?
Yeah, like
Like, Salem's got the whole like glasses and checklist on a wooden board thing going on.
Okay, I will post
Maybe
it.
you should have paid
into-
your bills. You pay your bills. We don't have to repo you.
Yeah. Talk to if Galantor had been here, hey, things would have been different.
Yeah. But Crash, I gotta know one thing. I gotta know if Tippa and Ticklet get along. That's gonna be going on in my head.
Yeah,
Okay.
as sort of like intellectuals amongst their people, they view each other immediately as deadly competition, but there's also a great deal of respect between them. So
I smell a love affair.
kobolds as a species only breed
only two
because it's a social obligation. They generally don't have any sort of libido whatsoever.
Damn.
So
Yeah, and they're not obligated to breed.
yeah, they actually view the act of breeding as a tremendous chore. So
You're telling me there's not.
They will be workplace companions.
okay.
You're telling me there's not one gem in there that's 300 gold.
No, all of that jewelry that Salem saw was like just random semi-precious stones mixed with
And
coinage.
That was also the stuff that was included in the where is it? Over here in these boxes.
Yes. Again, Ettins, it's just like you've got two hill giants in one body. So now there is an interesting thing in this barrel right here. You do find a halfling. He is quite dead. His body bloated. As you extract him from the water or pickle dill juice, his skin,
Pickled halfling.
his skin and muscle just slough off the bones.
Mhm.
Just cottage cheese flesh. Yeah.
Amazing.
Apparently, he was being saved for a special snack.
Nasty.
The only thing of value that survived the process is his dope-ass black leather armor.
Ooh.
Also, Tadpole and Skippy show you what they found after eating all the rats and birds. It was a clay bowl carved with giant runes. That is to say, the runes are in giant, not that they were drawn with giant-sized font. English language very tricky.
That's good. That's good.
Freaking that
Yeah.
cartoony font.
Yeah, it's like that one.
Comic Sans. Highly unprofessional.
It's like that one Mulaney skit where he's talking about making the birthday banner, and you're really excited, so you start with like real big letters, and then by the time you get to the end of like birthday, you have to draw like super small to get it all fit on the sign. Yeah.
Tippa, can you read languages as well?
She looks at you, understanding where your racism's coming from, and trying her best to be understanding of that racism, but she says yes.
Read this bowl for me.
They are giant runes. They don't actually say anything.
Do you know what they stand for?
Yep. Let me check my notes real quick.
This time Tippa pulls out her glasses and notepad and starts flipping through. I did an inventory last week.
This was the bowl of.
Okay. There is a Stig rune, which you guys remember from your basic elementary school lessons in the floating castle, is the rune of light. And the Uven rune, which is the enemy rune. And they seem to be just sort of spaced evenly around the bowl. The bowl is quite magical. The armor on the pickled halfling is magical, and the belt buckle are magical.
Okay, so we got a few things we can do. Got a few things we take. Yoza, are you willing to feed this woman for at least a short while?
I can give her a day of food.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'll cast Good Berry. Me-
Wait, good berries? Not create food and water?
I don't have create food and water.
Oh.
That's what I was asking you about.
Oh.
To be fair, you didn't specify. You just said, "Can you feed her?" And good berries do fill you up.
I asked him
I
if he
mean,
could
yeah,
make food.
true. Good berries is food, so.
This will
Yeah.
technically work, yes. All right, can you just give me like a handful of them so I can give them to her?
I just made 10 of them.
All right,
which is
that'll
enough
work.
food to feed 10 people for a day.
That's fine. I'm sure she'll just eat
Yeah,
all
you
of them,
make
get
like
sick,
20.
and die.
You make like 20.
Take the halfling skin up there. They clearly wanted that.
Marcus,
do
you-
we got
you
like a
wanted-
leather, like wrapping to carry that up
Do I
in?
what?
Did you want 10 as well? I
No.
got good berries for days.
No, like give her
All right.
20 is what I mean.
I mean, they
yeah.
did rob the Ettins. They did rob an apple orchard. So there's about 2,000 apples. If you wanted to leave those for her.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll leave those
Yeah.
for her. Good to go.
Okay.
But here, let me give her the good berries at least to like hold her off for now.
Okay.
So, Tippa, you could stay down here if you like.
Oh, she could just come down here and
Dokog-
eat the other Ettins.
Dokog, as you go to feed her the berry, which
Oh.
which mouth do you give the berry to? This is very important.
I
I want you to understand how difficult it is to date an Ettin. You know what I mean?
I'm going to
'Cause-
try and do like the suave thing and like feed both of them at the same time.
Oh wow. Okay. You give me either a performance check or a sleight of hands. Wow. These ladies know that you are definitely an emissary of the gods, like you said you are, or that you are a god. They're not sure exactly what the narrative is, because they're pretty out of it, because they're super pregnant.
Yep.
As you put one tiny berry, it's too small to even register, into each of their beautiful mouths.
You'll feel it, don't worry.
Yeah, they swallow, and their eyes close in pleasure. It's an awkward experience. Both women close their eyes and lay back down in the bed. Their tum-tums full of magic. They go to sleep. As they do, Dokog says, "Know this, great spirit. When my child is born, you will be the last to die."
This is good news. And I flappy flap my freaking way out of there.
Okay.
Hey guys, I got a question. And hear me out. Is there a way to collapse the entrance?
Honestly,
This
yeah.
is all stage whispering.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can do
like,
that.
Like they wouldn't be strong enough to just open it back up. Like
I can
Me, they're
absolutely do
very
that.
Pregnant.
I know, but after the child's born,
They'll be very tired.
you've never had a child before, have you?
If
Nope.
you wanted to give me like 8 hours, I could just form the entire cave wall or cave doorway into just a cave wall. If you want to wait 8 hours for
Out
it.
for a while. They looked like they were getting ready to just conk out for the night.
I mean, that's you guys call if you want to chill here for 8
Salem,
hours.
are you trying to slow their ability to escape, or are you trying to lock them in here?
Preferably keep them in here forever.
You
Why not-
realize
Or
that
until
not just kill 'em?
Gigantor comes back and breaks the
Yeah,
door down.
why not just kill them then?
No,
Yeah, 'cause
no,
that
no,
would be
no.
actually the greater mercy in that situation. That's
No,
incredibly cruel.
We all already agreed that this wasn't happening and they have plenty of food. We got the loot.
If you trap
we
them
got
in
the
there,
brain.
They're gonna go through that super fast.
if you trap them in here, you're basically killing them anyway. So
Well, then we don't have to.
okay.
Oh, hey, Skippy, Tadpole. Whoa, you guys look large.
Yeah.
Extended
You,
belly.
They're just sort of rolling. They're sort of just rolling along now.
You can
Yeah.
hear the liquid sloshing as they walk.
Yeah. Occasionally, like maggots just sort of squirt out of their mouths and cloacas. So.
What an amazing smell they've discovered.
Yeah.
You two look like you're about to evolve into something greater. Tongues is still probably going.
It is. It is.
Yeah. They both look at you, and they sing your praises, occasionally having to stifle belches and feeling of nausea because they are very poisoned right now. So
Everybody cut out for me for a second there. I lost everyone at stifle belching.
oh yeah, because they are very poisoned. So yeah, they took it a little too far. Fortunately, it'll be over. You know, poison doesn't last forever for the dish. So all right. You spend many hours gathering up all of anything of value in this place. Marcus, you have the brains secured in what containers are you keeping your brains in?
Harvester
I have
kit.
a harvester's kit. Yeah, the harvester's
Okay, so
kit.
you just got them in these jumbo ass jars that they would like pickle a baby pig in, basically.
Yeah,
Got
and
it.
that's all being kept in the bag of holding.
Honestly, I'm not throwing shade, but for Ettins, the brains are actually really small.
Oh.
Yeah, they're only like the size of like a grapefruit, so you really didn't need a very big jar. All right, so you add it to the 2 that you already had, so you have 6 brains altogether. At your discretion, you guys can head out. Do you intend to return these NPCs to the town of Roost, or?
Yes,
Okay,
Did we
I'll
get
take.
the cow out?
the cow
mean,
is gone.
Yeah.
Apparently.
No one seems to know where the cow is. I guess. I don't know. At least for the first hour.
Whoa, wait. There's a wait. I just realized you guys were talking about there being another Ettin up there. Why don't we get her brains too?
No, that's the pregnant one. That we're not going to be killing.
Can we take it from one of them and not kill the other?
Oh, hold on. If she's pregnant, that means there's technically 4 Etten brains.
That's true.
No, we're not doing this. We've already had this
Ooh.
discussion. We're moving on.
That's a
All right.
twofer.
Moving on.
Back to the map. All right.
We are already on the mapping. We're gone.
We're gone.
All right. So you guys head on over to Rivermoot. There we go. We already discussed last week Rivermoot. It's got not much going on except the fact that there's 2 rivers, and that's pretty much what keeps them in business. They are south of Mithril Hall. That helps quite a bit. And they are technically under the protection of Zymorvan Hall, but Zymorvan Hall's been kind of sleeping on that lately, maybe just a little bit. So, with all that in mind, you bring these people and cow, because the cow reappeared after about an hour. I guess Gyoza found it grazing outside or something. It's the damnedest thing. All right. Let's see. Owen, the current leader, or at least the acting leader of the town of Rivermoot, is overjoyed that you have returned some of his villagers to him. But more importantly, that you have returned Felicity the cow. Felicity the cow actually put out a fire that would have burned down all of Rivermoot and is considered a local hero by many of the people. There is a crude wooden statue of her in the town square. So, not because you saved those 2 humans, but because you saved Felicity the cow and brought her back safely, Owen goes back to his log cabin, and he brings you his most prized possession. He says, Sword Saints, it's not much, but this powerful magical artifact has been in my family for generations. Have you heard of the daring do of Dritz Duerden?
and his powerful panther, Guinevere.
Yoink.
Detect magic.
He produces a small figurine of a silver raven.
Oh.
Well, everybody eyes each other.
It is a figurine of wondrous power, silver raven. You could find it in the compendium, or I
Yeah.
could just drag it onto the field here real quick and show it to you. That might be easier.
That's pretty impressive.
The best thing about a figurine of wondrous power is it doesn't use an attunement slot. The silver raven can become a raven for up to 12 hours. Once it has been used, it can't be used again until 2 days have passed. While in raven form, it allows you to cast animal messenger spell on it at will. So I mean, it's really not that cool, but this is like a 5th or 6th level adventure. So
I always liked the Silver Raven figure.
Silver Raven is pretty sweet. When you don't have to use a attunement slot, you can just send a freaking Silver Raven somewhere. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
All right. You are also given a place to stay for the night. They put you up in the tavern for free. Buy everybody dinner, buy everybody drinks to celebrate the defeat of all the Ettins in the region.
Indeed.
All right. As they say that, the 2 humans, Felicity and the kobold, all look in different directions, not making eye contact with any of you or any of the townspeople.
It does also.
I think everyone does.
All right. Owen goes on to give a powerful and rousing speech that now that the Ettins of the region have been vanquished, Rivermoot can finally prosper and regain the strength and dignity that it had in ages past. Thanks to the Sword Saints and their complete and utter eradication of the Ettin threat, we'll never have to worry about Ettins again. And they all toast, and everybody cheers. They cheer for you guys. It's a whole thing. Tippa just sort of slinks under the table.
I'm gonna clear my throat and be like, however, even if the Ettins are destroyed, that does not mean you should be lax. You should work on your defenses, as there are still giants about. Giants that we will be taking care of. But in the meantime, we will not be able to be everywhere at once. You must build hardy.
Okay. They take the sage words of this mysterious celestial being to heart, and they some of them even leave the party to begin drawing up plans for better defenses for the region. Tippa looks at you with admiration. She thought she was the greatest bullshitter in the Sword Coast, but she has found someone who could bullshit just as well.
I mean, Marcus is pretty good too.
I mean, she hasn't seen Marcus in action. She just
True,
saw you like
true.
shoulder deep in brains. So, all right. After a night in Rivermoot, you guys fly over to Zymorvan Hall.
Yeah. Who gets the figurine of wondrous power? And
Oh wait, you should probably identify your shit, right? Is anybody qualified to do that?
Nope.
Our Salem is, but he just went to the bathroom.
Is he? I think I asked him before.
Wait, yeah, is he?
I think he has. I know he has detect. I don't know that he actually has identify.
I don't
think he normally
does. I think
doesn't-
I've asked him
thought he
before.
did.
And he does not.
Oh. So, would you guys at any point have set up like Lars, when you get done with your business, this is the region we're going to be in, so that Lars could conveniently play some Dungeons and Dragons tonight, or?
Yeah, I mean, we would obviously be communicating with Lars. I'll expend a couple sending spells just for that.
Okay.
Here we go. 1, 2.
So, Lars, we will assume that you will pick up with the rest of the party the morning after the Riverboot celebration. and you'll meet them just outside of Rivermoot.
All right, sounds good to me. How much does a identify spell cost?
To have somebody else cast it, usually they try to get anywhere between 10 to 100 gold out of you, even though it only costs them a non-expiring 100 GP pearl to cast it.
Yeah.
That's just how spellcaster do you.
Oh,
So
we could.
what if
Oh,
this loot here that we had? I'm just gonna post it into Roll20. What if we use that 300 silver to pay to identify the items that are listed below?
Well, the problem is in Rivermoot, there probably isn't anybody that could identify it.
And I
We
can
could
only
hit up.
tell you if they're magic. I can only tell you what kind of magic it is. I can't identify it right now.
I could do that though.
Also the wizard.
Belt buckle is alteration. Let's see. Clay bowl is divination. And pickle armor is. Hey, let me double check the pickle armor.
Picklemation.
Pickle armor is abjuration and alteration.
Ooh,
Oh, I
nice.
thought it would have been preservation.
So it's protection and technically it is preservation because abjuration is protection magic.
It's Pickleriotis!
It's Pickle Lars.
All right. Do you guys head over to Zymorvan Hall then?
Funny as should have ever seen.
Let's go find Elsa.
All right. So you guys continue your journey to flying overland. From your current location in Rivermoot, it is just down the road. You guys look across the Raven River, remembering the good times you had in the northern region of the Evermoors, the friends that were made, and the experience of a lifetime. Does anybody
Anyone
want
wanna
to
go
detour?
take a
Yeah, anybody want to
blackjack and
detour?
I do have a couple
No.
casts of control water.
Nope.
You're only flying 70 miles to Zymorvan Hall, and you're flying, so it goes hella quick. You arrive at Zymorvan Hall before dinner time. So, let me see. Did I retire Zymorvan Hall, or do we still have it? Let's see. Trying to scan all these man, I wish there was a way. I say this all the time. I wish there was a better way to sort maps in Roll20.
Oh god, it's an absolute nightmare with the maps.
Oh, the bigger the campaign gets? Oh, it gets bad. It gets
Yep.
real bad.
Ah,
Alright.
Scales
Frozen
of War.
North, Riverboat, Phandalin, Forest Huge, Neverwinter, Farmstead, Riverbank. Let's see. Magic Tree. I must have archived it. Let me check the archives here. There it is. Nope. Wait. I swear to God, we had a map for it, right? Yeah, we did. There was like we had like a little map area for it. All right. Well.
I remember
We had
a
a-
lot of
we had a
art.
picture.
I remember, yeah, a lot of pictures.
Okay.
and art.
Okay.
We did a lot of theater of the mind with that. As I
Okay.
remember.
Fair enough. If that is the case, we'll just do that again. So you arrive at Zymorvan Hall, wherein Lord Zymorvan has returned with his wayward son. So
I was about to say, did he save his son?
yeah, there they are. Oh man, look at that, father and son reunited. There's the Zymorvan Keep. There we go. Sweet.
I'm excited for this.
Oh
racist
yeah, I
overtaking.
think we did do Zymorvan Hall all Theater of the Mind because I recognize that picture.
Okay, fair enough. As you guys return to Zymorvan Hall, having saved his son's life, reclaimed his family's sword, and then used it for great deeds of heroism, Harthos Zymorvan is absolutely thrilled to see you guys, even though you're a bunch of weird circus freaks. He insists that you stay for dinner, and it is about as tense and awkward and racist as you expected it to be. Father and son constantly at odds with each other. The only thing they can agree on is how much they dislike demi-humans. You haven't heard the term demi-humans in about 20 years, but demi-humans is what civilized humans would use to describe non-player handbook races.
So
Yeah.
basically, me and me and my fishmen.
Oh, you guys are just monsters. No, demi-humans is like half orcs and tabaxi and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
But
Carrick. I still like you.
because they are enlightened intellectuals, they choke down their feelings of intense dislike for you and your peeps. You're a new addition, Salem. Awesome. So there's a lot of talk about how it's impressive that you guys, and when he says you guys, he's basically looking at Gyoza and Egan, have managed to tame so many monsters into your service.
What about me? I'm a half elf.
Yeah. Back in my day, the greatest thing you could do would be to tame a manticore. And I see that you've done that. So that's how I know that you guys are the real deal. If you ever get tired of being adventurous, know that you can come here to Zymorvan Hall, and a knighthood waits for you. I mean, just you and you. He points at Egan and kills.
Knighthood, bit of a downgrade from disciples of Salem, but okay.
There's probably a slightly distressed look on Gyoza's face.
All right. So after dinner, the kindly old witch, Elsa, she does approach you guys and say, I heard you had something for me.
Etten brains.
All right.
Oh.
She examines the Etten brains, and she examines them quite well. Did you do anything to try to dupe her about the 2 damaged brains, or do you just present
That's
them as
a
is?
negative. No.
Okay.
I do present the damaged ones as well because I'm unsure if she'd be willing to take those, but nonetheless, maybe. So. But I do let her know they were damaged.
That's kind of our fault. We were kind of bugging him while he was trying to work.
We also have some items that could, if you can identify magic items, that would be very helpful.
Oh, all right. I was gonna pay you 1,000 gold for each set of brains, but with these 2 being damaged, would you take 500 for them?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
You're talking about 500 for the damaged ones, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So you'll receive
2,500.
2,500?
2,500 gold for the brains.
How about
because you've done so much for Lord Zymorvan's people, I will identify the items that you need.
Wonderful. We appreciate it kindly.
All right. So, the bowl is a rune casting bowl. Once per day, as a ritual, you can cast clairvoyance. When the clairvoyance spell ends, you and up to 7 other creatures gain the benefits of guidance. as if it was cast on you, but nobody needs to concentrate on the effect to keep it. The duration is still only 10 minutes, though.
That could be useful if we're trying to all get something individual done.
So let me post that in treasure real quick.
Clairvoyance is
Oh wait, I could just
pretty
update
useful.
your document. Yeah, derp. Let's see. Here we go. Play bowl. Heavily stained with blood. What does it do? Oh, right. The one thing I forgot to mention. In order to activate it, you must sacrifice a rat or equivalent creature and empty its blood into the bowl.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of those.
No biggie.
We just lost a bunch of those.
Oh, those were also like gross
You're
and already dead.
Loaded.
You get the feeling that they were using the bowl frequently, but not throwing away the empty rats and birds when they were done.
Right.
All right. What does the belt buckle do when reunited with the belt? It is a belt of hill giant strength.
Would she be able to help us with putting that together, or?
Oh, she blushes because you think that she is some kind of super powerful sorceress wizrobe.
I don't know what
But
she can do.
she puts the belt through the buckle pieces and hands it back to you.
I chuckle and I thank her graciously.
Okay. It's like when Grandma puts your tie on for you for your first communion, you know. All right. Let's see. Belt of Hill Giant Strength. I can actually just hand. That's from the compendium. So let me do that. Let's see.
I think
Belt.
Lars wanted to get his apple-sized crystalline orb and his coil of rope identified.
Now keep in mind, a Belt of Hill Giant Strength ain't no slouch. That makes your strength 21.
Huh.
Yeah, Carrick is eyeing that lustfully.
Is it because the belt buckle's so adorable?
Eyeing that lustfully also.
All right, and then nobody in the party would ever want this armor. So if you want, I could just, she'll give you 50 gold for it, and then I won't even read it. That way you don't have to.
No. What's the armor? What's it do?
Okay. Hold on. The armor, which will forever smell like pickles,
Ooh.
is giant dodger armor.
Oh.
This very simple looking set of leather armor is very common among halfling heroes of the world, mostly in part due to the stories and legends that surround it. While wearing this armor, when a creature with a size category larger than yours misses with an attack, you can use a reaction to move half your movement speed without opportunity attacks. You also gain advantage on stealth dexterity checks against that creature until the end of your next turn.
That's pretty
Sounds
intense.
like something Lars would wear.
It's
I think.
Pickle Lars!
Definitely sounds like a Lars item.
Someone's cutting out.
Is it me?
I was laughing. It was me.
Oh, okay. Oh, like in Roger Rabbit, like if you laugh too much, you start to die.
Yep. Yeah.
Got it.
I killed your brother.
All right. So she has identified those items for you. And because you have raised faction with her, she's going to show you her secret stock.
In that
Alright.
case, Salem will show her his secret stock as well.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
What? Do we need to go to private
we
chat?
Huh.
Is this secret meeting stuff or?
No.
Oh, okay. So I'll post that into treasure as well. Zymorvin Hall Elsa. You should be able to access that.
Let's see what we got.
She has a belt of dwarven kind, which is a dope ass item. Boots of elven kind, always amazing. Headband of freaking intellects, not that useful to any of you. Ion Stone Reserve, Oil of Slipperiness, Potions of Climbing, Potions of Fire Breath, Potion of Greater Healing, some Healing Potions, Resistance against Necrotic, meh, and one Potion of Superior Healing and one Potion of Supreme Healing. And if you're willing to wait several months, she could sell you some Sending Stones.
Several months.
Yeah.
Salem is going to take out some of his own stuff to show her.
Oh, okay.
Firstly, he's going to take out the burnt out shard of annihilation.
Okay. Yeah.
He's going to take out the bag of exotic spices that he has.
Are these the pumpkin spices?
No, not the
okay.
No, the bags of exotic spices he got from the mummy.
Oh,
thing.
right. Okay.
He's gonna take out the Etten toenails.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely interested in the Etten toenails.
And he's gonna take out what else? Where'd it go? The small glass orb containing seawater. It grows murky when there will be a storm at sea.
Alright. She would take the storm at sea, the shard of annihilation, the 3 perfect Etten toes, and give you 250 gold for them.
$300.
She narrows her eyes at you. Give me a persuasion check. She is not a dragon, by the way. Okay. She agrees.
Perfect.
All right.
And now we'll be able to buy potions later because she has the toes.
Okay. Do you guys intend to purchase anything from Zymorvan Hall Elsa? Or are you ready to move on?
Lars, are you going to get your stuff identified?
Am I here yet?
Yeah. You've been there since they left Rivermoot. So you remember you met them outside the town.
Oh, I thought I was okay. Sorry, I totally misunderstood. Yeah, I have. They're not my items. They're in the group thing. But I had found the small apple-sized crystalline orb and a coil of rope. I think when we first met Moog, and I was hoping to get those identified. I don't even know if the first one is.
Yeah, let me go back to
magic
let me go back to those notes. Hold on. Also, those of you with any kind of training in perception, you do notice that Larg looks less like the cover of a Nine Inch Nails album. Like he's kind of like got some color in his skin, and he's doing a much better job of pretending to breathe. So I don't know if you want to follow up with him on that. Lars, Larionis.
Oh.
Yeah. Like maybe he attended like a seminar for like vampires or something of like, like how to apply makeup and like actively breathe and stuff, but he seems less dead than usual.
Like he also ate during dinner time.
Wait, he ate? Wait, I would definitely have noticed that. Absolutely.
Yeah, sure. Lord Zymorvan definitely noticed those freeloading elves just filling up on food, just filling up. It's like they don't have any food back in the Elven Islands. They got to come all the way to the mainland and take his food. But he's too good of a host to make a big deal about it, though.
I should rob him.
Yes,
I mean, you
should,
didn't
because,
hear that, though.
After everything that Carrick has done, he's just gonna spend all of dinner just like bending forks out of frustration so he doesn't kill someone.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see. The treasure
Every,
that you
every couple of
found
minutes. Go get a
in
new fork.
Moog's tower.
Yep. There's just a pile under my chair by the end of the dinner.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Keep going. I'm trying to track down this information. It's from a couple weeks ago. Trying to figure out where it is. Let's see.
All right, so
Salem's gonna pull Carrick
Yeah,
aside.
like plan your next move. You got money. You've got
While Lars is here, he's
magic
gonna say
items?
he's not actually interested in the pickle armor.
Oh,
You like the smell?
There's that, and then the fact that it requires the kind of the primary thing is that the attack has to miss against him to activate it, and by wearing it, he's actually lowering his AC, which reduces the chance of getting missed by the giant attack. So he'd rather be more protected than gamble on having the ability to kind of maneuver if something misses on him. Giants have lots of pluses when they roll those attack rolls.
Yeah.
So that's kind of his thinking on it, is that he can see why for a halfling the armor is probably very, very useful, but for an elf maybe less so. He suggests that we hold on to it, and if we encounter any halfling villages or something, we can maybe trade it to them, and it would be more valuable to them.
We know
I bet
of
Phelan could turn you into a.
Oh, okay. I see what the items are. It is a drift globe and a rope of climbing.
That's always helpful for people
Yeah.
who don't have dark vision and need help
Whoever-
climbing.
Yeah, whoever called rope of climbing, good call. A drift globe? I'm not familiar with that.
It's
like
a little
the,
orb, and you speak the command word, and you can make it do light, and it floats next to you, or you can make it do daylight.
Daylight, right? Yeah. But I think daylight has a cooldown on it, but light doesn't, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah, something
it's
like
not
that.
showing up in the compendium for some reason, but it should be over on
D&D
It's
Beyond
actually-
has it, yeah.
I feel like
It-
you can
it-
have that.
You can stick it in a tube and make a flashlight.
Yeah, I got practice with it when I was playing Shanty, so I could definitely use it as Egan.
I think Egan is the
Um,
only one of us without dark vision. Oh no, Gyoza has goggles.
Yeah.
We also know of a person who can use that armor.
Skippy.
No,
Oh, Tadpole.
no.
Oh.
Cricket's
cow.
mom.
Cricket's mom.
Crickets.
Well, remember, magic armor does resize, so even though it's sized for halflings, it'll still be Yeah.
Like off the top of my head, I think that would be a better use of it.
Yeah, yeah.
She's an ex-adventurer. She probably has better armor. She's probably got like +3.
This
We
is
don't know
like
that.
legendary halfling giant slayer
Yeah.
armor though.
Yeah, this would probably be a super helpful.
You should make Skippy and Tadpole fight over it.
Because it's
No, I'm not going to make them fight over it. It's terrible.
That's just cool and unusual.
because
No.
halflings are actually small sized, which means that that armor triggers for them even
Pretty
when
much
medium
everybody?
people attacks them. Yeah.
But
Give
I
it
thought
to Pippa.
it has to be a size larger than you. It doesn't have to be necessarily.
How about we give it to Tippa?
Yeah.
Who?
Tippa, our new kobold, our kobold translator.
Wait, is FIFA Adele coming with us? We could probably. No, never mind. She's.
That was a
I
really
tried
fast
to
no.
Geas her, but
was already
no, they didn't want me
decided. That
to.
was decided. Gyoza made his call. He
It was
didn't
just
want
gonna be
to play
another-
her, and
It
Gyoza
was going to
wasn't
be
gonna
another
retire.
dead NPC.
All right, we vote. I vote for Tippa.
Yeah, Carrick would second that, and Carrick is constantly pestering her, trying to learn more giant. Well, not constantly, but is regularly asking for lessons.
This creature has the linguist feat and loves teaching and learning languages.
I would try to have a conversation with her about how she came upon learning all these languages.
Oh man, so she was selected by a young red dragon to be the red dragon's right-hand lady, essentially, and because of her tremendous intellect and charisma. So, yeah, from an early age, she learned many languages so that she could basically do what she was doing for the Etten, for this dragon. Unfortunately, the dragon was killed by adventurers. Tippa was able to talk her way out of that one. And then eventually those adventurers died, and then Tippa was able to talk her way out of that one. And then on the road, trying to find the next thing to do with her life, she was captured by the Ettins, and then she was able to talk her way out of that one. And now she's with you guys.
Now you won't have to talk your way
Yeah.
out of anything ever again.
I kind of feel like we're gonna end up dying. But she's
Nope,
gonna talk
She's
us
gonna have
out.
to talk her way out of it.
Nope. I'm gonna make sure all of you live forever.
That's a frightening promise from a friend. So
Marcus
there
says
was
you're on.
actually a whole side dungeon about that, if you recall, about a guy who didn't want his friend to die, and then they both got turned into undead, and it was like a whole thing. And
Nah.
Yeah,
Didn't
I
we get a
duped
hammer or
that guy
something
out of
from
his
that guy?
+3
That's where
item.
we met.
We've done a lot of duping of people.
All
I
right.
mean, if you read some of the best mythology, bamboozling is often a much better path to take than ass kicking. So
Marcus.
Yes.
Before we leave Zymorvan Hall, I think the whole
Potions.
point of if you want to buy potions, there's the
Well,
potion
I
table.
don't have any money. I haven't been getting money. So I think it's for the most part been just
Mhm.
held in the community chest.
Yeah, you've got good berries. They gave you 4 HP. You're good. Marcus, I think the whole point of getting all this money was so that you could get a scrying focus. Do you want to
Oh yeah, the
Ah,
silver
yeah,
mirror.
The mirror. The mirror.
see if Elsa
Well-
has one?
For
that
me,
you could
the
buy
point
from
was the belt, because I was hoping that they would let me take it, but it's all right. I'll let Carrick have it. That's fine. He deserves it. And
Yeah, but I mean, when we started out on the whole "let's go kill some mittens," wasn't that the main idea? Get money to
yeah,
buy.
that was a
before
pretty
the
yes.
belt came along,
Yeah.
yeah.
Before we realized
So
it was a belt.
you could see Marcus trying to work that 8 intelligence back far enough to recall the real reason you went after the Ettins.
Indeed.
And yeah, you watch the tumblers and the gears kind of turn in his brain as he's trying to think back and remember that. But I mean, I kind of feel like we can't be throwing shade in this party, because I feel like a lot of you are kind of on the same page as Marcus there. So, but
Hey,
yeah.
I have a 10 intelligence. Thank you.
So you're one of the smartest people at the party. Yeah,
12.
Marcus, with them reminding you,
Of course.
you do recall that you had an interest in getting a mirror. Now that you think about it, that was something that like a few days ago, maybe like a week ago now. You can't really remember
Yeah,
for sure.
something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Yeah, I
had
need
been
a-
like. Yeah.
I need an expensive mirror, guys. Worth 1,000 gold, made of silver.
Hey, just so happens we have the money, and also a wizard lady
Just
who
so
might have one.
happens.
Okay. She says to you, my only scrying device is my own, but you're very close to Silvery Moon. You could go there.
Oh
and
yeah,
pick one
we're
up.
literally a flappy
Oh,
way.
yeah. True. Yeah. Let's just flap on over there.
We're flappy away.
Okay.
Silvery Moon is the regional, manufacturer of scrying devices.
All right.
It would be.
Indeed.
It's like going to the outlets.
We're not banned from Silvery Moon, are we?
No,
that's Yartar.
no, it's Yartar.
Okay, just make sure. I feel like we're
No,
banned from so.
Yeah,
No,
not
they
yet.
like us in
Not yet.
Silvery Moon.
Oh yeah, that's right. They do. Well, hold on. No, this was before I was, rebirthed.
Just
yeah,
saying.
left
If-
there as an egg.
We're going back
Oh,
to
never
Silvery
mind.
Moon, and then if we're gonna head off to die afterwards, Egan, you and I are going to the Dazzling Peach. You're gonna have a good time.
Oh
You're
yeah,
gonna-
Dazzling Peach.
Is
Oh
this
man.
where you get all that strange?
I forgot. I have a gift for Zymorvan.
Oh, what is it?
It's a hill giant head, the skull of a hill
Oh,
giant.
that's right.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
A token of the victory over the hill giants. Something to recognize that the sword that he has provided the Sword Saints has been put to good use.
Yeah, he eyes Carrick and he says, yeah, from what I've heard, you've done some pretty great things. So thanks for that, and thanks for the skull. We'll find a good place for it. We'll work on Elsa's working on a new suit of animated armor. Maybe we'll make this the head of suit of armor. It'll be kind of funny because it'll be really big.
It would be like a big old walking bobblehead.
Yeah. I'm impressed, Larionis, that you were able to carry this head all by yourself.
I'm
We got
happy to
We got-
impress you, sire.
we got dragons.
All right. So, with Lord Zymorvan's blessing, you guys head back out into the Sword Coast and flap over to Silvery Moon. All right.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
We
Oh, wait.
do have a map for Silvery Moon.
We're not invading this town. I forgot.
I still could have sworn that I had a flipping map for Zymorvan Hall. Whatever. Oh, that's good. All right. Let's see.
Ah, yes.
My
Silvery
boy
Moon.
Pope Francis.
Oh no! Oh, Harshnag. Oh, all of our friends, they're all dead.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Don't look at them. Don't look
Hey.
at them.
Hey,
Close your
hey.
eyes.
No, I still have.
that
I've
wants
got-
it dead.
I've got Ias's bones in
You have
my
Ias's
bag
bones.
still. Yeah.
And there is there are some pretty upscale temples here.
Oof,
Why
I'm
she
gonna
took
go
Narina
find one.
away? I have to go see her.
Oh my goodness, she's gonna kill you.
I'm not spending gold on it. I don't even think regeneration would work on a skeleton, to be quite honest.
No. She needs true resurrection.
Yeah.
But that's above board. We're not talking about that.
Yeah.
Salem's
no,
got
good.
plans.
Oh
Oh,
jeez.
okay.
Oh no.
You gonna reincarnate him?
Eric would like to requisition 200 gold so he and Egan could have a good time.
Salem,
Okay.
in an attempt to get on Carrick's good side, will give him the 200 gold.
Oh, okay. Out of your personal hoard or out of
Yeah,
company funds?
out of my own bag.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, I was just wanting to get paid in general.
Seeing that you're giving the half work money from your personal hoard, you hear the ever so slight clearing of fish throats nearby.
I will cast tongues on myself,
Hmm.
and I will look at them. Speak your mind.
Well, sir, it just seems that you're favoring the orc by giving it gifts of shiny metal. We feel like here in this strange city of magic, we would benefit from strange discs of metal as well.
You know what? You're absolutely right. And I give them each 50.
Okay. They are wearing their Sword Saint tabards, which
Yep.
basically just look like fish people wearing T-shirts with your logo on them. But this seems to keep people from killing them, so they're down for it.
Whatever works.
Oh,
All
be
right.
merry. Do not kill anyone.
All right, they jump in this beautiful stream.
Good.
They have no idea what to do with the shiny metal discs.
That's fine. At
All
least
right.
they have them, and they are content.
All right. So, Silvery Moon, the magic item shop here, the Secret Pegasus, has restocked. I will post that into treasure.
Oh wow, those are impressive. That's an impressive artificer eyepiece. Arrow.
Well, they have a drift globe.
We just had a chip club.
Oh, look at this edgy shop owner.
Hey, I think he's pretty cool looking.
Hey,
Oh,
Lars,
there
they-
you go. Helm of Comprehend Languages.
That is correct.
Hey. Oh, it's only 500 gold.
Yeah. I think we need that. I'm not gonna lie.
I like the Gyoza herms. I mean, they're obviously not as sexy as like Geralt of Rivia herms, but I am a fan of the different herms that he makes during this campaign. So
It's like you can never tell if he's like worried or okay with something or bothered.
No,
I've been working on it. I've been
tonality.
trying to parse the language, but it's tricky. It's
You're
tricky.
looking for the tonality.
Dude, I mean, we have enough to get that Helm of Comprehend Languages.
And I mean, 500 gold. That's a steal, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we just got 2,500, so.
Plus we have all that loot from the Edens.
And
Yeah.
since you are buying your scrying device from the outlet, you can get it for 900 instead of 1,000.
Ooh.
Quick, we need a gyoza.
Yeah. The
I already did,
very
it's too quiet.
very handsomely beautiful shopkeeper working at the scrying outlet. They look you square in the face, their eyes looking into your eyes, Marcus, and they say, "That's the benefit of buying direct. Thanks for coming all the way out to Silvery Moon."
I nod, biggest grin on my face. I look to Salem to give me that 900 and slap it down.
Does that mean that we'll also be getting a discount on the Helm of Comprehend Languages?
Absolutely not. No. It was just a scrying device. If you were to buy like spell books and stuff like scrying devices, spell components, things like that, those would be cheaper here at Silvery Moon.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
But magical item brokers, they're all in like a union. You know what I mean? So.
What if I allowed you a hair from my glowing mane to study?
You're saying this to the owner of the Secret Pegasus magic
Yeah.
item brokerage?
Yeah, I'm a magic creature. Maybe he can make something out of it.
I mean, he's like, I'll give you 5 gold for a sample of your hair.
Deal.
All right. He puts it in a little vial with like a cork stopper and tucks it away. Gives you 5 gold.
And I give I'll give the 900 to Marcus that he wanted.
All right. Someday, maybe in like a a reunion adventure, you'll have to fight Evil Salem, who was cloned from that hair, by Vecna or something. That'll be pretty cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. These are
I
the
like
kinds of decisions that come back to haunt you.
And then do we want to get that home?
Armor of resistance.
You want to get what?
Do what?
There's half plate armor of resistance to lightning in there.
Lightning, yeah.
Where's that?
But I
at?
mean,
Where's that?
you're a barbarian.
Oh,
you
that's a
know,
very-
you
I don't-
have resistance.
know if we have
Not
double
a
anywhere.
bear barbarian though.
Marcus doesn't know this.
Where's the
Marcus is like, everyone's a bear barbarian. Why would
Exactly.
we don't have enough for that.
Okay, I'm just saying it'd be pretty nice, but I do understand if we don't have enough money.
No, we don't have near enough for that right now.
Oh, wait, you already have diamond bracers. Diamond band
Also,
bracers.
yeah, you have that resistance bracer thing.
What if we tried to?
I'm not ignoring that. I'm just saying, as a whole, in the party, there are other people in here beyond me that could take a walloping. So I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
True.
What?
There's a certain dragon lady out there who deals lightning damage and stuff.
You know
like
what?
that.
What armor
Like
does Egan wear?
24 d8 lightning damage or something like that. So
Yeah, having lightning resistance. You know,
Hey, you
What
know,
is
it
Egan
would be
wearing
nice,
right now?
but we don't have nearly enough gold unless Lars
no,
wants to
I
steal it.
understand that, but someone.
Lars, you want to steal something for us?
Do you want to tell something?
I mean, I'm always up for stealing.
Lars,
How
you
much
wanna
do we
steal
have?
something?
it's amazing that every time you've tried to steal something, they've physically
It's gone
restrained you.
horribly wrong.
But now all of a sudden,
Arrested. Yeah.
now all of a sudden they're encouraging you to steal something.
How much money do we have?
I'm doing the math right now after that. Are we buying the helm, yes or no?
Well,
Is
hold
it-
off.
Yeah, I would
Hold on.
say yeah.
Crash, would we be able to
On it.
see what the leather might appraise for with this particular merchant?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. They would be willing to give you for that armor 2,500 gold pieces.
50 gold, huh? I'm gonna
I
kill
told you
Elsa.
you should have let me steal her scrying thing for you after she tried to pull that crap on us.
That entire hall is just filled with the best people. It really is.
Yeah. Okay, so the leather could be a potential 2,500 extra. The half plate of resistance is really good because it can be worn. Egan, are you? Do you have any dexterity at all?
No, I have a 0, I believe. Hold on, double
Oh
checking.
shit!
Oh, okay,
What
so you're
armor
more
are
of a
you wearing, Egan?
heavy armor wearer, so that's not quite
Oh.
as.
Oh
you
no,
know,
I apologize. I'm 2. I have medium armor.
medium armor. Okay, so that would be very useful for Egan, especially if we're gonna go fight storm giants. My eyes are on the shield
We could also
because
get him
that
just
shield
straight
is
up plate.
a +2 shield on top of being able to catch arrows.
Really?
But we could hook
So-
up Egan with straight up just plate mail, though.
It's
Nope, barbarian.
Yeah,
Oh,
barbarian. You don't want
Oh,
to give barbarian plate.
Never
yeah.
mind. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, keep in mind the +2 bonus to AC is against ranged attacks. It's not against all attacks. The arrow catching shield.
Yep. That's right.
The bonus is in addition to the shield's normal bonus, which is a 2, like a normal shield.
Okay, I don't want the shield. So
Okay.
what about trying to get that resistance armor though for Egan? Because that armor is like tailor made for our next step. So if we trade the leather armor, that's 2,500. That puts the half plate at 4,250 that we would have to come up with. Is that even remotely feasible, Salem?
I'm still sorting everything out right now. You're gonna have to give me a little bit.
Yeah, that's
And,
okay.
I would be giving up the +2 breastplate.
Go with the pleasure palace for that. I know,
Oh.
200 gold is gonna make or break it, but it might.
Egan, you have a +2 breastplate?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
so I
does.
got
Yeah,
that
that's right.
+2 breastplate back whenever.
That's right.
Because
I
that.
think the breastplate honestly might be better in this case because it
Yeah, I mean,
drops some AC.
with my shield, I'm at a 21 AC.
Well, the
Yep.
half plate would be better than the breastplate because of the lightning resistance if we're going to go up against lightning giants. That's
Which
my
we
thought.
will, and plus we're gonna come across lightning damage.
Like, isn't that kind of our end game?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think that
I guess
dragon might end up being.
what I meant was that we can sell the breastplate if nobody else can use it, which is
I can
an
use it.
additional piece. Oh, you can use it. Okay, so just saying, throwing that out there.
I mean,
But it might be what we.
down to it. Let's see what all the options are.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Hey guys,
love an armor upgrade.
serious question here. Did anyone attempt to take the silver comb or golden torque from the Ettins?
No.
Well, If we found that, if we found shinies, we would have taken it. That's what we
They
said.
were
They were-
on the Ettins.
I
On
don't think so.
They were like in the pregnant Ettin's hair.
And on their finger.
No, we
Then-
would have left them alone.
the answer would have been no.
Just making sure.
When you said Ettins, I didn't know if we were talking about the lady Ettins or the dead Ettins, because we would have
The
gone
lady
after
Ettins.
chainsaw.
No, just the lady Ettins.
Nope, we would have left them alone. Because
We got.
Sorry.
Oh, we do have ornate bone armor, sized for a large creature we can try and sell.
Yep, it actually would be an art piece. That's why it was listed. So you could sell it
Do we
for
want-
the 20 gold that's listed.
So Lars still has 12 vials of Remoraz blood, and he still has 11 iron rations.
Oh,
Mm.
So how much did those sell for again? The iron rations, did you say they were like 10 gold a piece or something?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
The Remoraz, I actually have that recorded. My little vial of Remoraz blood, and it is 1 vial sells for 10 gold pieces.
and Crash, would those be just liquidated even? Like, there's no like exchange or half that or anything? Like,
Iron rations are a collectible item, so they will go for 10 gold apiece.
yeah. But
And
with
are we
the,
selling the 500 GP worth of assorted mundane equipment, standard PHB?
I think so,
I-
yeah.
Yeah, that's basically just a way of saying if you have a means to carry all this loot out of the dungeon, you could flip
Ah.
it for 500 GP.
I don't think we
And
did
we
though.
have the,
Did we?
I say we have like 2 bags of holding at this point.
Okay. Now remember, the best part about
those
Iron Ration is it never expires. Only weighs 1 pound, and it gives you 10 days worth of food. It's a pretty powerful item to be given up.
Yeah, I think that's kind of useful.
I'm just kidding. If you want to sell it, you should totally sell it. So
Oh, totally already sold it.
okay.
He would have sold them when he still didn't eat.
Okay.
Salem will buy it off you if you're willing.
Too late.
No, it's not. We haven't made the whole thing yet.
Oh, I
It's
guess
not
if you
that
if
low.
you want to transfer over 110 gold off of your sheet to mine, then that works.
I
You
got
can
5
have-
platinum.
11 iron.
I got 5 platinum.
Then you can
So
have 5. You can have 5.
Iron rations. That's 230 gold.
Because yeah, my way of thinking is if we can actually buy this half plate outright for Egan, he can pass his breastplate down to Carrick, and our front line just got like hella beefier. Egan gets his top armor type, and
How much-
it's to like probably one of our chief antagonists.
How much for all the iron rations?
It's 110.
110.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. I'm
right
I'm
back.
just.
I gotta step away for just a second while you guys business this out.
Yeah.
Be right back.
I'm
You
gonna
betcha.
give you 3 sardonyx.
What?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna give you 2 sardonyx and 1 platinum, and there's your 110.
Sure. I'm just gonna liquidate them.
That's fine.
Because yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how we're gonna.
They're called iron rations.
All right, guys. Here's the deal. I can make us stones that heal us. When you touch it and speak a command word, it will heal you as if a cure wound spell was cast on you at 2nd level. I can make those.
That's awesome.
But
How long do the
Give me
rations
command
last?
word.
Or what was the details on the iron rations?
They never expire, and they only
And
weigh 1 pound.
Action is equal to 10 days worth of
they
food.
cost 200 gold a pop.
200 gold. Ouch.
Yeah,
but they're
let's. Yeah, I think.
2nd level
How
cure
many
wound
you get out of
spells.
Nah, dude, I
Potentially
can.
3rd level.
Yeah, but
But
No,
how-
I can throw cure wounds, healing word, and mass cure wounds out as long as I want right now.
I'm just saying,
And
I
you-
can make those. They're like
and
pseudo
he can twin it.
potions.
And he can
But-
twin it also.
but we can
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
can twin it.
but these
But
are
we
can
these are
buy
without
greater
spell
healing
slots.
potions.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can buy greater healing potions.
yeah, like, I was
Well,
gonna say
all
that
right
the
then.
potions
Hang
would
on,
have to be.
I'm not done yet. Here goes the rest of my catalog. think of either Cure Wounds. Well, what about Shield of Faith for a entire 10 minutes, no concentration, +2 AC? Or what
much is
about that would be again 200 gold a pop. And it's a one-time use. I think as
Okay,
well
did
maybe
we-
That I like
Sanctuary.
better than.
Yeah, that seems
and
actually
the
pretty
Cure
good.
Yeah.
Did we sell? Did
Too
we
late.
sell anything else?
Did you sell the 500 GP and mundane?
Already got that.
Okay. I haven't yet suggested it, but I was thinking of suggesting that if we're stuck for money, that technically the rope of climbing is a nice utility item, but we haven't found a situation yet where we actually require it.
What about
I mean,
Yeah, some
we
of us can
don't
just fly.
necessarily need rope of climbing. I've got the slippers, so I can always
Yeah.
just walk up a.
I just
Yeah.
had a very big brain idea.
What's
Glyph
that?
of Warding with a calm emotion spell centered on who touches it, which calms each one makes a charisma saving throw, and they can choose to fail it, and they can suppress either charmed or frightened. Think about it. Being
Okay, but
frightened
when would that be useful for us?
when
You
we're
can
fighting an
choose-
Fighting a
adult
dragon.
dragon,
Yeah. But
I could make a couple of these, put them in our bags of holding. That'd be pretty amazing.
Is there a DC for that though? Like, is it?
You can choose to fail it. All you would need to do.
here's
what
the
I would-
issue.
Yeah.
And I'm only saying this: we wouldn't want them in the bag of holding. We would each want them on us, because
no.
if someone's like 60 feet away, but someone else has the bag of holding,
It does not work.
and the thing's in between you two.
Well, yes, but it does not work unless we put it in a bag of holding. And the reason for it is this. I could create glyphs of warding that we could activate upon touching them and speaking a command word, i.e. maybe the spell name or something like that.
Oh, because you can't move them.
Yes, you cannot move them. They would be like miniature stored spells.
Okay, that still presents the problem
be taken
of
out
it
of the
being a
bag.
bag of holding, and if the thing is between us, nobody's getting to it.
That's why I'd
Yeah.
be able to make multiple of them for multiple people. Like,
We only
for
have 2
instance,
bags of holding, right?
people in the front
Okay,
line.
well, let's tackle. That's a future discussion. Let's tackle that in a minute. Where are we at money wise?
Did we sell the leather armor?
We appraised it. I don't think.
Well,
we sold it.
we're not going to sell it until we're sure that we need to. So it's
Okay.
gonna-
Currently, here's
Seeing
where
that
we're
you
looking at
guys
money.
are on the fence about the about selling, he does offer 2,750 for the armor.
All
Here's
right.
where we're at with money. We have 109 platinum,
It's a little scammer.
3,158 gold, 32 electrum, 413 silver, 880 copper. We have
Okay.
1,000 gold worth of emeralds still. We've got 120 gold worth of opals, and we've got 120 gold worth of semi-precious stones.
We have enough money to do the armor if we sell the leather.
We should
We
sell
would
that
have to-
leather armor anyway if we're not going to use it.
Yeah.
So if we sell the leather armor to him now, and then Salem,
And
we
he
would
said
need
how
to
much?
use 100 of the platinum, so you'd only have 9 platinum left, and we would need to use 3,000 of the gold, so we'd have 158 gold left. And then we
How
have
much did he say he'd give us for the thing?
2,750, which
2,750.
drops the price of the half plate to 4,000. So we only need 4,000 out of the pool now. So
Does,
100
does Egan actually want to wear the half plate armor of resistance, or does he want to keep his +2 armor that he's wearing?
Whatever benefits the whole, right? If Carrot gets stronger and I get stronger, then that helps everybody out.
Well, here's the thing: the half-plate armor of resistance is only resistant to lightning.
Yeah,
And
no,
only
I mean,
lightning.
yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah, that
However,
would be
if
a
you-
downgrade for
If you have
all
a
other
higher armor
situations.
class, I would keep the higher armor class. In all honesty, the less things hit you is better than one specific thing hitting you for less.
Carrick, what are you wearing for armor?
Half plate,
Hmm.
no shields.
Yeah, I think it offsets, right? Or is it a one change? So the half plate is one
It
higher
would
than the breast
it,
plate?
it would drop your AC by 1 and give you resistance to lightning. So I see what they mean. Of course, if you die to a lightning bolt, then
If you died to a lightning bolt, it was most likely from Marcus.
I mean, there's also an adult blue dragon or ancient. I don't remember, one of the two.
Let's be honest. You have almost killed many of
Salem?
us with lightning
Salem?
bolts than
I
that.
don't even use
dragon.
it anymore.
Salem, just add 2,750 gold to the party fund.
Right.
Okay. So in that case, we've got 5,908 gold.
The guy is is very happy with his acquisition. He hands over the 2,750 gold. Thanks you for your patronage.
Shogun moves away.
He's gonna flip that shit for like 4,000, 5,000.
Too late now.
Are we gonna get that helmet?
If you want it,
do
we have the money.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've got plenty right now if we
We
want.
could also get another bag of holding. Wink, wink, wonk.
Does he
If
have
I
a
could
bag
throw-
of holding for sale?
I'm pretty sure there's some in this city, right?
He does not have a bag of holding for sale.
I have a very, very.
They are a popular item. They distribute them all over the Sword Coast.
I have
So-
a very irate Rhino that needs a home, so I need 300 gold worth of a single gem.
Oh yeah, you do need. You know what? Do we just want to give him 300 gold so he can find a gem, guys?
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
So there's 300, and we want to
Wait,
get
why
the
don't
helm.
I just
Yes.
give him
Final
a
answer.
diamond worth 300? No.
Yes.
Okay, getting the helm. So, do you have a diamond worth 300 gold?
I do, but I don't want to give it up. It's for Revivify.
That's why we're gonna give him 300 gold so he can go find his own.
Okay, all right.
So now we got 5,108 gold. Crash. We are buying the helm of comprehend language.
All right, I will remove it from the shop. You buy anything else from the shop?
Let's see. There's a potion. When it says potion, is it saying they only have one of such potion?
Yep, whatever is listed, that is all they currently have.
Okay,
If you go down to where it says shop details or description, this guy keeps 30 to 50 basic bitch healing potions in stock at all times.
Okay, I see where it's at. Do we want to get the 3 potions that he has that are better than he's got? Greater healing, superior healing, and supreme healing. I don't necessarily think we need the supreme healing one. It's also very pricey.
I don't want to invest that much of our gold into it because the next place we go to is going to have a different assortment of items.
Yeah. The greater healing one might be good for our frontliners.
Yeah, we should buy that one. That's a good price for what it does.
Okay.
Everyone good with that? Yays,
Sure.
nays, no nays.
Sure, that's fine.
All right.
Right, so 1 potion of greater healing. I'll mark off 150.
Egan, you can
Alright.
cast spells, right?
Yes, I have spells. I usually do them for smites though, but I can.
Does absorb elements show up on your spell list?
I will check. I don't believe.
What
so.
are you looking
I
at?
don't think the basic paladin has that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I was
You
looking
would
at the
also
scroll.
have-
I was thinking
well,
the
you'd
scroll of
also
absorb
have
elements
to-
would be something that would be decent for
I
one of the
think
frontliners. to hold on to.
I think it being a scroll, he'd also have to have it in his hand.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
tricky.
Before-
Reaction-based spells off a scroll is kind of you have to be holding it.
Yeah, I don't have it anyway, so.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't really. I mean, some of the scrolls are nice. That forbidden scroll would be really good if we were doing something incredibly. If we wanted one
Yeah, I
space
thought about
incredibly
that too.
protected.
Yeah, I thought about that too, but it's.
I don't
pretty
think it's
expensive.
worth it right now.
Yeah.
The mirror image one is nice. Are we going anywhere cold anytime soon?
We don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, we had to go up
Oh,
in the
yeah.
mountains. Survived.
Yeah, but okay. So let's see. Let me go ahead and
So back to Marcus shopping. What about those glyphs of warding, guys? What do you think?
I don't. I'm not.
I
in
don't
love
think
with
it's
the
worth
idea.
it, to be honest.
You don't think the shields of
honestly
faith?
think
I don't
Because
think
here's
it's
the
gonna
thing.
work if you can't move the stones.
the shield thing, that would be a lot better, personally speaking.
Yeah, the
I don't
shield
think it
of
would.
faith, the immediate
The Shield of Faith
sheer
requires concentration.
No, it
no,
doesn't.
it does not require
Yes, it
concentration.
does.
Nope.
Tied to the gem.
Glyph of warding
Not from the
negates
gem?
any glyph of warding negates any
Yeah, he was going to
concentration
create
required.
gems that produce spells.
Yes.
Okay, but here's the thing: Glyph of Warding, does it have a specific caveat to any spell you can put on it?
yes,
So
100%.
How are you creating a item yourself that makes a Shield of Faith? Is that a spell?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I researched a lot about Glyph of Warding over like
Okay.
a couple of days. So I know everything about it. Basically, it has to be a spell that can only target one person or an area around that person.
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be harmful. The old wording used to be harmful. Now it says any spell because they changed that. It was an errata. So thus, it can be Shield of Faith. It can be things like Cure Wounds, Sanctuary, Calm Emotions, Protection from Poison, stuff like that. And it can only go up to 3rd level unless you upcast Glyph of Warding to a higher level. Then you can use that level spells as well, like 4th level or 5th level. But I only have one 5th level spell slot, and that would be the only one that I would think, I could do that.
That's some solid research, man. Some solid research.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, this is pretty cool.
It falls under the category of well, I categorize it as a pay to win spell. It's one of the reasons when you guys are DMing that you never just say like, yeah, you totally roll the bank and you have 1 million gold, and you think to yourself, that's fine because there's nothing to spend money on in 5th edition. But yeah, even in a game where you don't have like magic item shops, spells like this exist where if your party's rich, I mean, you could be like burning through these like left and right. You could be having Heroes Feast every morning for breakfast.
Yeah.
You could be summoning Solars and other planar allies to fight all your battles for you. So like, yeah, like there are spells that if you're able to bankroll them can be very, very beneficial. The downside here is that it does burn a 3rd level spell slot for Marcus, and it does cost him or all of you 200 gold, which is consumed. So every time he uses it, it is costing you the stuff.
Yeah, and we have to transport them in a bag of holding.
Yeah, there's no guarantee. We would need to figure something out.
Now here's the thing: why do we have to transport them in a bag of holding?
Because Glyph of Warding can't be moved.
It can't be moved farther than 10 feet from its position that it was created. Otherwise, it loses its effect. But in order to trigger it, I can specify any sort of trigger, whether that be touching it only, or it being a certain race of people touching it, or it being someone speaking a command word while touching it would be another condition I could specify.
Okay, here's my question.
Here's the problem.
Crash.
Unless you spent an hour ascribing the glyph inside the bag of holding.
That's what I was gonna get at.
Yeah, like just because it's in a bag of holding doesn't mean it didn't move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It certainly moved from its original location. You don't want these spells triggering inside your bag of holding. Like,
well,
you're moving it to you're moving it to a demi-plane.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask Crash if it's possible to do this while inside the very edge of the bag of holding.
Do you have a way to cast verbal components for 1 hour without being able to breathe?
No, I mean like from me being outside, having my arms inside the bag.
Oh no, I would say you'd have to be in the bag of holding to do the work in the bag of holding. But if you can come up with a way to survive without air, you could definitely do it. But that would be the caveat. Like,
can we get a snorkel for him?
But here's the thing: if you came like, for example, a Warforged
snorkel
could do it, right? That sort of thing. So if you were in the bag of holding and you did cast it, pulling it out of the bag of holding would obviously trigger it, right? To go off. So then it would be hype as hell. But the thing is you'd have to be able to create the glyph inside the bag of holding,
Yeah.
which is a big enough space that you could technically be inside there to do it.
But then again, the problem occurs if someone is feared and they're too far away to get to the bag of holding.
Okay. I actually have a really stupid idea that might work.
Okay.
If I don't actually.
Are you gonna make him a scuba tank?
No.
Okay.
We can.
I mean, that was my idea.
We can fill the bag of holding with water, and I can cast water breathing on him.
Oh, there you go.
I actually disagree.
But
I'm
it
not
would probably
comfortable with
still
that.
run out of oxygen in the water, so I don't know. 'Cause
I'm
it's
not
still-
comfortable with that idea because, and only
He doesn't want to
because.
drown it.
No, because I'm absolutely certain that much water would tear the bag of holding because it's way over the
Because
weight
it would go
capacity.
over the weight
yeah,
limit.
absolutely.
Yeah, it would go over
And
the weight
I
limit.
don't want to be inside of it when that happens.
And there is still only 10 minutes of oxygen in the water, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd still be kind of.
Yeah.
But so what we would have to do is like cycle out fresh water for him to breathe.
Like an aquarium.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like a little
Oh, what about? Hang on. What about
And you are doing this so that you could gain a +2 armor class for 200 gold. For
What about
1 minute?
What about your little water cantrip, Gyoza? What about that one?
What about it?
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
That you can the one that you can cast to like that we did like a little water bubble around Lars for a bit.
Shape
Uh-huh.
water.
well, he
Shape
could,
water.
he could,
Shape
he
water.
could, he could control the or shape the water, sure, but he would have to be shuffling the bad water out while people were pouring good water in. I mean, technically it could work. It's certainly a very Dungeons and Dragons thing to do.
But again, that's how many hours?
I mean, if
How
you
much
want to
gold, how
spend
much cycling?
lots of time doing this and money, to make sure you have some glyphs. I mean,
I
Sure?
honestly think it's too much effort. Right, for now, it's too much effort. There's no saying
Just
we
thought
can't
I
come
would
back
throw
to
it out there. That's all I wanted to
Yep.
say.
I mean, like I said, it's some impressive researching. And technically, it's something that could be pulled off. But as the DM, I would say that movement from the prime material into the bag would trigger, and vice versa. And so the work would have to be done entirely in one plane or the other.
Gotcha.
So,
That is a
yeah.
very fair rule. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Hey, Crash.
Mm-hmm.
On a different note, causing you to go look through your notes again.
Uh-huh.
Can I have the opal of the Ild rune, but for whatever reason I don't have it written down what it does, and I know we already figured out what it
dope.
does.
Okay, hold on.
'Cause that was one of the things that Salem asked the spirit for,
Mm-hmm.
Like- giant spirit.
At the temple.
All right. The opal of the Ild rune is a wondrous item. It is rare. It requires attunement. I will post it into treasure because there's a lot of stuff, and for some reason it is not showing up in my compendium, even though I have the retail version of this campaign. All right. Triangular fire opal measures about 3 inches on each side, is half an inch thick. The Ild rune shimmers within its core, causing it to be slightly warm to the touch. The opal has the following properties, which work only while it's on your person. Ignite. As an action, you can ignite an object within 10 feet of you. The object must be flammable, and a fire starts in a circle no larger than 1 foot in diameter. Fire's friend. You have resistance to cold damage. Fire Tamer. As an action, you can extinguish any open flame within 10 feet of you. You choose how much fire to extinguish in that radius. I feel like these were this item was invented before bonfire and control flame cantrips, because I kind of
Yeah.
feel like that's
Yeah.
bonfire and control flames. So we could just say that it gives you those cantrips. I'm completely okay with that.
Okay.
Gift of Flame. You can transfer the opal's magic to a non-magical item. a weapon or suit of armor by tracing the Ild rune there with your finger. The transfer takes 8 hours and requires that the 2 items be within 5 feet of each other. At the end, the opal is destroyed and the rune appears in red on the chosen item, which gains a benefit based on its form. So a weapon becomes a magical weapon that deals 1d6 extra fire damage if it hits something, and armor becomes a magic armor that you have resistance to cold damage while wearing it. It kind of sounds better by itself, but I guess, you know, honestly, applying it to a bow would be dope as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Firebow.
If I'm being like meta like specking out, you know, for best possible gains, yeah, putting it on a ranged weapon would probably be insane. But
Alright. I'm currently only attuned to my one item, so I'm gonna go ahead, since I've been holding on to that and attuned to it at some point over the next, our next couple of days that we've been doing.
We'll update it to be, instead of ignite and fire tamer, it gives you access to the bonfire and control flames cantrip, because those didn't come out until Princes of Elemental Evil, or whatever the hell they decided, Princes of the Apocalypse, which I think came out after this one.
I think the only difference is that these ones have a range of 10 feet, whereas the cantrips have a range of like 30, I think.
Yeah. Whereas these basically auto succeed, and the other ones don't. Like bonfire grants a saving throw and stuff like that. So
You said bonfire and which one?
bonfire and control flame.
Control flame.
I have
Crash.
my girlfriend.
Forgetting I
Oh,
have
Bonfire's
this.
not in the compendium.
Sorry,
it should be.
you're-
It might not be. 'Cause
It's create bonfire. Create bonfire.
Yeah.
Create bonfire, okay.
I know it because my girlfriend, who plays a druid on my Mondays, has create bonfire, and she took that instead of produce flame. And she uses that as her main damage source.
Bowsette had it. I had a blast.
Yeah.
Just using that cantrip. It was hilarious. Just setting
Oh,
people
absolutely.
and stuff on fire all the time. Oh man, it was so much fun.
The vial
It uses
liquid-
concentration though, which kind of blows.
Yeah, that's the only thing that sucks.
The vial liquid that Carrick has that can permanently change hair color.
Hmm.
What would the
The street value, you could probably sell it for 5 gold.
oh, okay. I'll just keep it
Do you know what color it changes hair?
whatever color you want.
Mm.
That means that
Carrot.
Carrot can stop being a graybeard.
Hey, Carrot.
I don't know. It seems to be working for him. You gotta understand,
want-
in the world of Tyrell, with the high death rate of parents and thus grandparents, you know, there's a lot of people out there with granddaddy issues. So, you know, like.
Eric, do you want to see if we can trick Marcus into drinking it?
Do I want to what?
Do you want to see if we can trick Marcus into drinking it?
Marcus
No.
would absolutely not drink that.
We were gonna put it into your milk bowl, Salem, and then as soon as you drank it, we were all just gonna yell the color pink, so that
And I
your
would
brain.
just think the color pink.
Yep. That was.
Hey guys, what do we want to do with Melissa's head, by the way?
Ooh.
And if you guys
Who's
don't
Melissa?
remember, nope, not Melissa, Melas. And if you guys don't remember, that was the half-dead elf guy that we fought in that one like weird dungeon tower area, necromancery thing.
I think that was
Uh,
before my time.
It was.
I-
It was where the giant bone hands were coming out of the green pools.
That
Carrick was there
fucker.
for that? No, Carrick joined right after that, right?
Carrick
That's
joined
where-
right after.
Right after that.
That's where
Okay.
Duskin got
The
hurt.
green pools, that's where we started.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where they started. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I think we encountered Melas because we were in there. We weren't in there for only one session.
Oh, and then you went and you regrouped at the entrance, and then you ran into him. So it was right before they joined up. You're right.
But
and
yeah,
then
I
you
still
guys-
have,
Right,
Yeah.
he was in the tower. Okay.
yeah, I still have his head.
Okay.
I could think of several lewd things to do, but nothing really productive.
If this was like a session ago, I could have used Speak with Dead with his head, but I can't anymore.
Okay. In that case, after everyone else is done doing their stuff, I'm gonna go try and find like some religious people.
I mean, it's Silvery Moon. There's people that are into necromancy. Somebody would gladly buy a dead necromancer's skull off of you if
Heck
you were
yeah.
willing to sell it. Okay.
That's not what I was going for, but heck yeah.
Yeah. Would you take 10 gold for that?
Can I tell if they're trying to like cheat me out of it?
Yeah. Give me an Arcana check. I mean,
A 20.
it doesn't seem like there'd be much else to do with it. I mean, more than likely they're going to use it to probably make a flaming skull.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you could
I'll do that.
probably try to like get it up to 25 if you wanted to.
Sure.
All right. Sensing that you are a powerful celestial creature that isn't here to mess around, they give you the 25 golds and take the head.
Sweet. I don't gotta carry that thing around anymore.
Question for the party. So I'm feeling a little. I'd like to have more.
More.
Wanting to have more basic bitch potions on hand.
Oh, you want more basic bitch potions? Not a bad idea.
I mean, I don't need a ton. I know that there are a bunch of healers, but I also know spell slots are,
I
they're not-
hand you 3 basic bitch healing potions.
Marcus over here hoarding them all.
There you go, buddy.
I would like to find like a church or a I would like to find, because Ias was a wood elf or a half elf.
She was a wood elf.
I would like to find a church of wood elves.
Okay, I mean there is a church of Coralon in Silvery Moon for sure.
And I'm gonna ask Marcus to come with me.
Before I do, the toenails, did we sell those to Elsa?
They have been sold.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Just wanted to double check on that. Alrighty.
Mhm.
Okie
Well,
doke. Then yeah, sure.
We got. Yeah.
Oh, I kind of
would it be possible
regret
for me
giving him
to
those
send
potions.
Egan to the spa by himself with like 100 gold and.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'd actually
Egan,
like
do you have any vows that prevent you from being lavished with attention and love?
Just extreme low confidence and
Oh,
unfamiliar
they're
situation.
experts. They're experts at dealing with that.
Yeah.
So okay.
Salem,
In that
I'll
case,
go with you
Jericho
for 100
will
gold.
Ask for 100 gold so Egan can have some fun and loosen the fuck up.
All right.
I haven't been paid yet, aside from the mirror.
Marcus.
Yeah.
We need to go speak to these wood elf religious people.
What for?
I have my reasons.
I mean,
If you're trying to,
I'm friendly.
resurrect,
You can tell me.
Nope, I am only
Daggerford.
talking to Marcus.
I mean, if you
Fine, 200 gold. We're both going.
All right. You guys head on out for a incredible evening. As you are lavished attention, alcohol, delicious steak dinners, baked potatoes, all that jazz. Every time you turn and look, Carrick, you expect to see the looming form of Harshnag and hear his tremendous bellowing laughter. But instead, you see Egan, who is being, I'm assuming, very awkward. But as the alcohol continues to flow and the dancing gets more and more lewd, there is hopefully a lightening in his mood and heart as he sort of lets the cares, just maybe for one night, kind of fade away. I don't know what's the situation, Egan. This is basically like a magical Las Vegas lounge situation. Like,
Yeah. What happens here stays here.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, Marcus and Salem, do you guys head over to the Temple of Coralon to see about whatever Salem's business is?
I will
Yeah,
if he
Marcus, are you
promises
gonna
to.
help me?
Yes, if you promise to buy me 2 healing potions for the ones that I gave Carrick, 'cause I kind of regret giving him those. Because I like having those on hand. It makes me feel comforted.
Oh well, I mean, I'm
I took shit for wanting some. Okay.
I say
I'm
this
kinda broke.
completely away from.
All right.
I
So
mean,
you're
out of the gold from the party. I mean.
well, yeah, we can do that later.
Okay. All right. Deal. Sorry.
All
Go
right. No, this
all
is
right.
fine.
So
I
you're
need
gonna
my high
bring
cleric alive.
you're gonna bring the body.
Nope, I'm not even doing.
Okay. So like
I'm just inquiring about ways to possibly resurrect a friend
okay. I
who's
mean
been dead for a while.
they
Okay.
run you through the standard like spiel about how like it's everybody's time. They've gone on to something greater than what they had here, blah blah blah. If
Yeah, but
you
we're
don't
heroes.
if you don't buy any of that, right, then they kind of like make sure there's no basic bitch NPCs around, because again they can't really like bring everybody back to life, you know what I'm saying? So like yeah.
It's all hush
Okay.
hush.
Okay, so then when they're pretty sure the coast is clear, there's no basic bitch NPCs around. They're like, well, how long have they been dead?
Like it was been like a month, I think.
Okay, that's bad.
Yeah, like
What
a month.
condition is the body in?
Bones,
Okay,
but I
okay.
have all of them.
I see. You have all the bones.
Yes.
Okay.
We picked them clean
bones.
from that corpse. Yes.
Okay. So you have the bones, but they've been dead for a while.
Yes.
Okay. You're probably gonna need a resurrection spell.
What kind of deals do I have to make this happen?
Well,
If we were to say it's gonna happen,
that
but we
magic could
still
only
don't
be
have-
cast by the high priest of our order. And the high priest of our order is a very busy individual. But you, as the Sword Saints, you've done great deeds for the region. I could put in a good word for you and see if they're available to cast this miracle. It's not going to be a big to-do, though. They're not going to use this as an opportunity to have a bunch of flashy flash stuff and try to impress the people, because dead is dead, right? So unless unless the spirit is willing to return, I mean, what could really be done?
I don't really think she
And they
wanted to
kind of
die to-
side-eye Marcus as they say this, because like the Church of Lathander would totally make this into like a Southern Baptist revival
I kind of look away.
and charge for tickets and shit.
yeah.
That's how they would make it. It's like we're gonna charge for tickets. That's what we're gonna use to pay.
But basically, because of the great deeds you've done for the region, and because you are here in Silvery Moon, and because this is an elf and she died in your service and in service to the region and helping you guys and all that jazz, all they would require from you is a donation of 1,000 gold to cover the immaculate diamond, which must be destroyed to gain her soul's attention, and ask her if she is willing to return.
We will speak with our party on committing those funds, and we will return as soon as we can.
Man, you read my mind.
I say that to them, and I say thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
and
Yep. I
as
give
soon-
my most polite bow as possible, standing on 2 feet, awkward.
Yes, and
It's
as
very
soon
yeah.
as
Oh, like Beauty and the Beast, like when the Beast
Yeah,
put on
exactly
fancy
like
clothes?
that. Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
as soon as I am out of
I'm glad you
earshot,
got
we
the
are
reference.
outside of there. I'm gonna tell Salem, hey, look, honestly, I might be able to pull a favor with Pope Francis. We might be able to just
You
maybe...
are milking the hell out of this one stipulation. The spell closes all mortal wounds and restores any missing body parts. Well, what about all organs? Those are body parts, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
says they can be dead for like 100 years, so I think
Yeah.
it's meant.
Okay.
to-
Okay. So, do we? I think it would mean more to her if we got her elf friends to do it. But we can.
Yeah, but it'd be cheaper if Pope Francis says okay.
How about we go talk to everyone? And then we'll go talk to Pope Francis.
You're
'cause
gonna competitive price bringing back Ias.
Yeah.
Because here's
all
the
right?
wait. Because
Yes.
here's the thing. What if what if they talk to each other? Like, what if there's people in the churches who are like, hey, yeah, we got this person who's trying to bring someone back to life. You got nobody.
No, they are
And then we're like, oh yeah, but what if
obviously-
we charge
no.
cheaper? And then
They-
it's like, well, what if we get?
See, Salem, they all are vying against each other. We're all vying against each other. We don't want to let them know what sort of customers we have, or then likewise, they don't want to know what they don't want us to know what customers they have. So it's sort of like keeping your clientele personal, you know? They don't
I
really.
mean, while you're shopping around, you could just go to Maliki and get a reincarnation. I mean, that's even cheaper.
Oh no, we don't want to
Yeah.
reincarnate her. What if she doesn't? What if she comes back
Yeah.
as a gnome?
Yeah, she would hate that. She would probably kill herself again.
Wow.
Then
No.
Lars would do away with the gnome, and we can try again.
Let's be honest.
Wow.
She would probably kill us first and then kill herself.
Oh,
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
So I think we should go talk to everyone.
But if you
I'm
think
gonna
yeah.
vote for her
Ooh,
friends
imagine
to
if she
resurrect
came back
her.
as a human. Oh my god.
all right. So you guys
I think
wait
she would
until
hate that
do
also.
you wait until the next morning and talk to your party members? Is that what we mean by everyone, or do the two of you skulk around town in the evening hours, hitting up every church, necromancer, druid, and healer to try to find who has the most competitive rates to bring Ias back to
Absolutely.
life?
Absolutely
no,
not.
Marcus, here's the thing. We don't want to go with people who are cheap because what if they just bring her back as a zombie?
Well, my main thing is Pope Francis over here with the Church of Lathander, big old glass
It's
steel
Master
cathedral.
Onadar Rill, but
Yeah.
sure. I don't know why you feel like he's Pope Francis, but you know.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Yes.
Well, what's this grand favor he
Onadar.
owes you or whatever?
So back when Lars had his issue with the, we could see through him and all that crazy stuff, I had called
Yeah.
in a favor, and it was a-okayed that we could go to Neverwinter and get a spell for I think it was Greater Restoration at the time for him, or heal. It
Okay.
was a heal spell for
Heal.
him. Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like since we ended up not needing to follow through on that, we could still maybe see about getting like a discounted favor on maybe Resurrection or something like that.
I'm pretty sure Resurrection does a lot more than just heal.
Yeah, but either
I
way,
feel
heal
like-
is a very powerful
So wait,
magic.
so what's he say? He'll do this for us, and then you'll owe him a favor or something.
Maybe. I mean,
I
possibly.
mean, that's kind of their whole priesthood.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works. So probably. in all
I would
likelihood.
still feel more comfortable with her own people resurrecting her, but we will bring it to the group.
Do we have the 1,000 gold for it to begin with?
Oh yeah, we got plenty right now. We
Oh,
didn't because
well,
we didn't buy that suit of
Hook
armor.
me up with 100 then for now at least, because I need some potions.
Do-
And then we'll do that. We'll just.
What?
I'll say.
100? Yeah, that's fine.
you
Here.
convinced me if I get 100. Deal. All
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
All right. Her elf priest
your 100.
people. It is then. Thank you.
All right, but
And
first,
you-
but we still need to bring it to the group because we don't just want to throw 1,000 gold out.
Do you wait until
Sounds good.
morning when the boys are done at their special gentlemen's club?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, Gyoza, while and Larionis, while the boys are at their special gentlemen's club, and the sneaks are off doing sneaky stuff. What are the two of you up to?
We're the stealthiest of the group.
No, you're not. Gyoza, go first.
All right. Gyoza's gonna head to the Temple of Silver Stars
Okay.
and basically hang out, relax. He's gonna give a donation of 100 gold to the temple,
Okay, much appreciated.
and he'll just relax there.
Yeah, I mean there are acolytes there who can't help but get a little like fanboy, fangirl a little bit because you are an up and coming member of the Emerald Enclave. You're a life cleric druid of Slune. I mean, you've done some pretty dope shit. So yeah, it's you try to relax, but there's often like people coming up and asking you to like tell them the story of like besting the black spider and thwarting the fire giant's attack on Hog's Feet, etc., etc., etc. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, he'll go into the stories. He's probably pretty humble about it though.
Okay. Okay. All right. Um, Larionis, did you have any business in town?
I would like to try to arrange a meeting with my my betrothed.
Oh, all right. That would be Narina
Yeah.
Methramar. Okay. Yeah. So she will meet with you. Because as a high elf, she has obligations socially that she needs to uphold. You guys meet in a very fancy restaurant. She did bring guards. The guards are posted within earshot of the table, and they seem to be well armed, probably Eldritch Knights.
Spooky.
That means no funny business.
All right.
Oh, hey.
She is surprised, one, to see you, and two, to see you so alive. She starts things out very coolly and says, "Oh, I see you found some way to hide your condition.
I have found a way to cure my condition.
So then you're no longer some undead thing."
I was never truly undead. I was walking a tightrope with life on one side and death on the other. Despite the efforts of some, and I'll kind of flick my eyes towards her,
Mm.
to push me more definitively onto one side over the other, I have found a way to embrace life while still having a gateway to that other side.
Okay. She narrows her eyes at you and she says, "It means a great deal to my father that your bloodline and mine be joined. Are you alive enough to ensure that that can happen?"
I am. And while I did agree with your father for this match, the specific words I used were that I agreed to the match so long as you did. My lady, you hold all control over how this proceeds. I will not force your hand. I'm not here to demand we wed now that I have returned. I am simply here to get to know you and hopefully allow you to get to know me. If we do proceed with this, I want a union that is warm, caring, and hopefully loving.
She makes many confused faces as you say these strange words. Her eyes flick to your tattoos, and she says, "Those are new."
They are. I did not have them when we first met. But yours are so intriguing.
I'd love to see more of them.
This is this is political and financial before anything else. Before, I feared I was being tethered to a dead end. But if you claim to have restored your living faculties, and she kind of like looks down a bit, like, you know, at the tabletop, like meaningfully, then at least that prospect has not been completely removed from the arrangement. You know that our people uh, suffer from a very low birth rate compared to our competitors, particularly the filthy rabbits that are humanity. It would be a disservice to the elven people were we not to carry on our combined legacy.
She's a fucking politician.
That is why I reacted so strongly to you when we first met, and your condition was different than it is now.
I understand.
If you require love and warmth and these other things, I am not opposed to you taking as many lovers as you need to fill whatever emptiness seems to be inside of you.
All right, man. Here's your chance.
Milady, I do not know if it is living in this city of humans or on this continent away from our homeland. But there is something distinctly elven missing from you and your father. This cold, calculating way that you see the world. I believe that if we are to wed, my very first order of business as your husband will be to take you to Evermeet, to be among true elves and to see how we truly view the world.
Oh man, her eyes get hard, and you see they kind of glisten with tears. She tightens her grip on her wine chalice. I have never been to the Isles. I've spent my whole life here in Silvery Moon.
It shows. And he tries to and like make that not a hard statement, but one of like empathy, because he truly pities her at this moment, because he cannot comprehend an elf having this view of like, yeah, you know, a multi-century marriage being one like that. It's just completely alien to Lars.
Oh yeah, totally. She looks at you and she says, all I'm trying to get across to you is that I am both adaptable and cunning. If you don't find those traits dissuading, I would like to pursue things further.
I am not repelled by the qualities of your character. If anything, I feel as though we have the potential to spend much time learning of each other and learning with each other. And if I may, And then he breaks out into, I can show you the world. No.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
But
Instead of the flying carpet, Salem swoops down.
Oh,
Oh no.
No, but he is going to press that he believes that the most important thing for any success of this union is a sojourn to the Isle of Evermeet.
she asks when the two of you will be leaving for the islands. She will wrap up whatever business she has in Silvery Moon and arrange for a holiday.
My
Would you like to
companions.
retire Larionis from the campaign?
Oh gosh, no.
Oh,
He's
okay.
he's going to make it clear that he would like to go as soon as he is able, but he has made certain promises and assurances to see this giant situation through, lest it eventually envelop the mainland and threaten the isle as well. The Sword Saints intend to depart within the next, I don't know, couple weeks. We're waiting for Marcus's sword, right? I don't know the timeline on this, but he'll
Yeah,
tell her
something
whatever
like that.
timeline is. In what I hope is our last strike against this ordning that is overtaking the land. As soon as I am free of these duties, I shall return to Silvery Moon, and we shall wed, and then depart for Evermeet, if it please milady.
Her eyes narrow, but you could tell that the well-chosen words that you have delivered to her have taken her aback, and she's doing a lot of introspection. The rest of the meal passes politely. Conversation is active and interesting, but definitely there is a undertone of caution as well. Like she's not sure what to make of you.
Yeah, and he would recognize that that's just the way he, her father was in those dealings, and obviously there is some sort of previous feud between the families or something that Lars found himself kind of cut up with. So he understands that this is a result of her upbringing. Possibly now, well, Lars is he's been warming to everyone, but he's still going to assume that it's a inherent flaw of the mainland, as well as any character flaw in High Marshal Methramar is probably also because he's not in Evermeet as far as Lars is concerned. You know, it's yeah. So yeah, he's patient with these. If she seems suspicious and whatnot, he's responding just by being as open and honest to her as he can. He's responding as he feels an elf should be.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So, the evening ends. She and her is escorted home by her guards. Does not ask to be walked home. The gentlemen finish their incredible night. It ends about 4 a.m. or so. All of you drag yourselves out of bed in the morning for a communal breakfast, wherein Salem and Marcus whip out their dry erase board and explain to you their plan.
Okay, guys. I want to bring AS back to life.
What do you guys think?
He just groans.
And
What? Whoa! That was a life that was taken from us. You don't want her back? You don't want her to live the rest of her life out?
I think he's tired from last night.
Oh.
The bags under his eyes have bags.
Oh, you might want to ease off that liquor, buddy. Thought that was no, not IS kind of groan. My bad. My apologies, Egan.
But there's a a wood elf church. I don't know if that's what they call it. Conclave? I don't know. Who said that they could possibly try and see if she wants to come back.
A convent? Concubine? Something like that.
Conclave?
Yeah.
Honestly, did Ias express a desire to be resurrected should she fall in battle?
We
Well, she
never
was
got the
always
chance
a
to ask.
free-spirited type of person, so you know.
Because honestly, if you guys ever tried that shit with me, I'd kill you after you bring me back. I die, I stay dead.
Well, that's on your hand, but
I mean,
it's not about you.
my memories of IS,
No,
I can roll an
I'm saying
insight,
we don't
right?
know what her wishes were.
Crash, would
Now
I be
here's
able
the
to
thing.
like?
They didn't tell us it's guaranteed to work. They said they're going to contact her and see if she wants to come back. And if she does, then she'll come back.
All right, well, you didn't lead with that.
Yeah, leading with that changes things.
The only issue is that it'll cost 1,000 gold because I guess it takes a really big honkin' diamond.
To contact her or to bring her back?
To
Both.
attempt to bring her back, and if she says no, then it's wasted.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, I will always compensate to be like, I won't take any loot for a while.
I'm on board strictly because Ias has the choice.
Yeah, so long as the decision is hers, that seems agreeable.
I mean, I would be pretty pissed if IS decided to say no, and if by any chance I was able to speak with her while she was making that decision, I would definitely encourage her to make her choice, but not really. I would actually yell at her to not make me waste that 1,000 gold.
All right,
Well, I don't think you should come with me then.
But I don't have the option to speak with her while she's making that decision, so you don't have to worry.
Okay. So, Karak said, yeah, Egan groaned because it looks like he's hungover. Laronis is okay.
Wait.
Gyoza?
I just had an idea. Why don't I just speak with Dead and ask if it would like to be resurrected if given the option?
What? What?
Yeah, I can
Because-
just ask.
No, because it
No.
only knows what it knew in life. It doesn't know anything
It
about its
wouldn't-
current state.
Yeah, the skeleton would know
no,
if she wanted
her
to at
current,
the time.
No, when she was alive. That doesn't work current state, like Lars said.
The corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undone.
Well, it's kind of just bones.
Well, it's got a jaw. Does that
I
count?
mean,
But
does it have a skull?
Yeah.
yeah,
It doesn't have a voice box.
It doesn't need a voice
it
box.
doesn't,
Yeah.
it doesn't need one. It's
Literally
all...
just-
Magic.
literally
It's
just needs a
literally
It's
magic.
Remember,
Without a brain?
guys.
Yeah.
I think we should. I think that the best choice is to just go have them do it. And if it works, it doesn't work. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, why is there a face on our map?
All right. Let's.
No one's sure.
Just-
Well, I'm all
I know
for it.
all about it.
I'm for it. Anyone else not in favor?
Oh, this
Gyoza?
this isn't some elaborate
That
thing
sounds
on
like-
your part where you can say, "Aha, Ias, I brought you back."
Who, me? No.
No.
Are you trying to slide in on Duskin's lady? Is that what this is all about?
It has
Another
nothing to do with
follower.
me. It has. This was Salem's idea, 100%. But he convinced
Yeah,
No,
me.
I'm
this was-
asking Salem. Salem had a quite a. Oh no, wait, that was Amber. I had quite the crush on her.
Yes. And I feel like maybe Salem would have some of those former emotions tucked away
I mean,
somewhere.
she was a really good friend to me.
Yeah.
That's
See?
about it. I would try to do the same for any one of you. Well, except maybe Carrot, because he said not to.
Yeah. Don't worry, Carrick. If you die, I'm gonna hallow the ground that you rest in.
All right, are you guys committing to this? You gonna head over to the Church of Corlon and donate 1,000 gold for a pristine diamond?
Does anyone wanna come with, or is it just me?
Lars will go.
Yeah, I'll go.
Everyone will go.
Yes.
We'll drag Carrick along.
Here
Yeah,
we
come
go.
on, Carrick.
I wouldn't go. I'm just saying you don't put
Okay.
that shit with me. That's all.
So
All right.
off to
all
the
right.
House of Corlon. And I'll pull out that 1,000 gold.
We
All right,
did it,
on
Salem.
the
We
way
did
on
it.
the way over, I'm gonna say to Carrick, "What if you die in battle and we're still in battle? Then can we resurrect you?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, what if we need you right then and there?
What if you die for like 5 seconds?
Yeah, am I not allowed to
Would that be
revivify
okay?
you if you go down?
Yeah, I mean, revivify, that's just like shock paddles. That's not really like raise dead.
Yeah, true. What
and
about...
they can do it for free because you're a zealot.
Yeah, but guys, here's the thing. Also, technically,
Wait, aren't you a zealot, right?
I am.
Yeah,
here's
okay.
the thing. With revivify, though, you just bring him back to life in the state that he was
what do you
when he
mean?
died.
What
So
do you mean
like
do it
his
for
head's
free? What does that mean? I'm
cracking.
confused.
It means it doesn't cost money or anything like that to
It
bring him
doesn't
back to
cost
life.
diamonds. He has a
Yeah,
Yeah.
like even this 1,000 GP diamond, Carrick, like you wouldn't have to pay that. You would just cast the spell, and then like the gods would be like, "You got more ask you could do, Grandpa," and then just like send them back. Yeah.
Oh my god. Wait, that's
Oh,
spectacular. Wait, yeah. Carrick, I'm sorry. I'm bringing you back.
We kill him right now just so we can
Well,
do
You're
it.
dying of
Well,
old
no, here's-
age,
no,
old man.
No. Here's the thing, though. The spirit still has to be willing to return.
Oh, for sure.
True.
For sure. Yeah, they
True.
can't make him come back.
So even if you
All
did
right.
it for free,
Marcus,
Marcus,
I'll
and
tell
he
you
was
what,
like,
this will make you happy. If you-
Unless
if you
Carrick's player
fire
has
power,
told me
I
that
won't
in
come
his
back
backstory
free
he's been
for
cursed to never stay
Okay.
dead, then he could pretend like he doesn't want to come back and he comes back anyways for narrative reasons. But who knows for sure.
okay, off to the House of Coralon.
All right.
Let's do this.
You head on over to the Temple of Coralon. You meet with the like the head priest there. They are they are blessed of Coralon. They have heard of your deeds. They have heard of the deeds of Ias. They see that you travel with a powerful priest of the human god Lathander and a powerful priest of the moon goddess herself. They know that you are good people by the standards of D&D adventuring parties, and they are willing to cast the spell in a private like closed doors type ceremony of only like acolytes and you guys. So
Yeah.
it's an all-day event that will accumulate with the moon like at its apex in the sky. They would like Gyoza, who was close to her in life, to participate. They would like Marcus, who was closer to participate. They would like the creature Salem to lend some of its celestial power. It's a big thing. It's showy, but not showy publicly. Eventually, they clean the bones. The bones are horribly milted. They try to arrange everything real nice. They dress the bones in like a beautiful like white silk type dress, and they bring out the diamond. And it's the diamond from like every diamond heist movie. It's just such a perfect and immaculate diamond. During the very long and lengthy ritual, the diamond is shattered. Dust everywhere. A million sparkles and glitter just kind of go everywhere as the diamond just shatters into the tiniest fragments and shards. They rain down upon her dress covered melted skeleton. And there is a long silence.
During that silence, Marcus is muttering under his breath so quietly that nobody can really hear. You better fucking take
Sure,
it.
sure.
You better fucking
Some
take
people
it.
call
You
that
better
praying.
fucking take it. Yeah, he's praying. Yes, he's praying with so low nobody can hear. You better fucking take it. You better fucking take it.
Okay, now I do just have to press this in. I have a 24 passive perception.
Oh, yeah.
Marcus, the sound of your lips parting is something that I would hear, regardless of whether or not you were trying to make a sound.
Hot.
Lars would probably hear Salem praying to someone who is not himself.
Let me just. According to the DMG, I can't even actually sleep unless like I have like 30 feet around me of silence because it would wake me up any noise.
But yeah,
So-
Salem's praying to
so-
Coralon.
As you guys throw out your prayers to the universe, you watch as flowering vines begin to grow up from the soft, grass-covered earth that her bones have been laid upon, and begin to wrap and twine around the bones. First, pulling them back into the proper alignment, then slowly shaping them back into the form that they are supposed to be in. Once the bones are restored, you see the vines begin to wrap and coil, rebuilding organs and muscles, slowly but surely rebuilding a body. The body becomes more and more familiar as it begins to fill out, and you see flowering blooms kind of appear and then die in rapid succession. And as the petals of these blooms rot and decay, they turn into patches of skin which lay over the muscle and organs that have been created. The process is long and gruesome, but also sort of beautiful. When the body is finished, the rest of the vines die and wither away. Everyone waits with bated breath, and then you see the chest rise and fall, and a gasp escapes the lips of the corpse that is now once again your long dead ally, Ias, the Wood Elf Ranger.
I hug Marcus and like flap into the air a few times.
I hug him back, and then I look at her and I say, "Thank you for taking it, and welcome back, buddy."
And then I go and hug her gently.
In Elven, I'll just say, "Welcome home, cousin."
Yeah, she's out of it for sure. Just sort of the everything that's kind of happened. Over the next couple days, you learn that she had passed on. She had gone to the great forest of Arborea, and her life here was becoming but a distant memory as she began to learn her new life and her new self. But she knows that is waiting for her, and she knows that the Sword Coast is suffering a great deal, and that she has an opportunity to help make that right. So she listened and returned. Perhaps when it is over, she will finally sort of sail away from this life, as it were, for keeps. Or she'll make a go of it, knowing that there's a life to lead here and a bright possibility awaiting on the other side. But she is more quiet, more thoughtful, and definitely more cautious than she was before.
Huh.
All right. So, do you then drop it on her that you're about to go toe to toe with the storm giants, or like how do you ease her into?
Oh, I tell her, "Hey, what's up? You've been gone for like a month, I think. Welcome back. Glad to have you. Took us a while to get that gold scrounged up for you." I say, and without
that
skipping
armor
a
would have been
beat.
perfect for her.
Oh, that's right. Damn it, we could have given that to her. Yeah, we're gonna go. Stop the ordning still. Did you want to come?
She chuckles a bit weakly, and she says, I mean, that's why I came back.
Yeah, band's back together.
Boys are back in town.
I was about to say that.
She looks over at Gyoza and she says, Is he Is he finally sleeping with someone? He seems like way more confident and cool now. Is that?
Oh
Is it
yeah,
the
a
time?
lot of things has changed.
I was
Like
only gone a month, you say?
yeah, so like I got this new body, and Gyoza has a girlfriend,
That's Salem.
uh, and Lars has a girlfriend, and I think you met Carrick and Egan.
Well, as strange as it sounds, I knew it was you, Salem. I don't know. There's just your eyes. There's a light behind them. No matter what
Oh yeah, that's my main. I can't shut it off.
what body of the week you happen to be in.
Egan did this to me.
Oh, if he did that, did you get the pouches?
Yes.
That's good. That's good. All right. I don't see Harshnag. Is he waiting outside of town or?
Ah.
They didn't make it.
Yeah.
What could have
when we-
possibly stopped
Ilm-
Harshnag?
Ilmarith.
Yeah, so right after you died, we went to the Oracle, we kept your body, and we planned to have this handled. A lot has happened. That's why we weren't able to really handle this right away. But a lot happened.
It'll probably take
Down.
Where's the Artar?
Blue dragon, a giant blue dragon, is behind a lot of the things that have been happening. Apparently, we think, and
Yeah, I think we'll take a few days and just kind of catch her up.
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough. Fair enough.
And yeah, that's the gist of it. Harshnag, well, he stayed back to try and help us get away.
Yeah, she weeps openly for Harshnag when you tell her what happened.
We don't know if he's actually dead though. To be honest, like we didn't see him die, and we know the blue dragon can teleport, so she could have just teleported out of there.
Mm.
And he is a giant, so he could have figured out a way out of the giant stronghold.
And past the 4 giant earth elementals and the tons of zombies, and yeah, I'm sure.
Hey, that guy is, capable.
This is a lot. So, what's next? There's talk of Marcus finally having that sword. So we
Yeah,
retrieve
we
the
get it.
sword, and then
And then we blow on the conch, and we save the world.
Like that, just like that. Yeah, well, we got to find out what happens, where it takes us after that happens, after we blow that conch. But yeah, we would love to have you with us again.
Hey, we also made like a couple friends along the way, like Kiplik.
Ticklick.
Yeah, we ride on dragons now.
We got Ticklick and Tippa, and we've got a whole bunch of wyverns, and I got these 2 cool little followers.
wow. You're really trying to take this godhood thing all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really is.
I heard the easiest way to do it is just start handing out hex blades. Have you looked
Yeah.
into
Oh yeah.
pricing,
Yeah.
like a pricing
I
model for hex blades?
I already started that.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Gave 3 kids some
you have any
daggers.
extra? I'll take a Salem hex blade. Sure.
Oh, I don't know if they actually work yet.
You have any hex bows?
That would be cool. I'm gonna go find a bow and see if I can do that.
Okay. So, is the intention then to go and retrieve the reforged talon, and then make a decision about how many peeps and which peeps you are going to take with you when you blow the horn?
Definitely gonna take Ias over Skippy and Tadpole.
Because you can only take, I believe,
I think it was-
10.
Yeah, 10
right?
total. Yeah,
I thought it was 8.
it was 10 total. 9 plus the blower. That's what I vividly remember. Yeah.
So the question is, do we want to take the newly
I
revived
will
Ias,
review it again real quick. Hold on. Let's see.
who, mind you, has no magic items or gear right now?
Maybe we should
Alright,
go
so
buy
there's
that
the-
armor back.
There's the conch That's really cool art. All right. So as an action, it must have been uncomfortable to have that stuffed up in her fat rolls, but she had a goblin living in there, so I
So
don't
many
know.
spikes.
All right. As an action, you cast teleport by blowing into the shell. The destination is fixed, and there's no chance of mishap. All right. We've already covered that. Carrick, you are correct. Take DM inspiration.
Oh, okay.
You and up to 8 willing creatures of your choice. So you guys
So
can do
9.
9
Okay,
altogether.
I knew I remembered the number 9
Yeah.
somewhere. Okay.
I also had it wrong. All right, so you went up to 9 total. So whoever blows it can take 8 other people. So definitely have your roster of who you're going to bring, because these are creatures. If you have some sneaky shenanigans that you want to pull with teleporting, have those planned out for next week, because there are
This is
sneaky
where
shenanigans.
shoving people in the bag of
In
holdings
the
would work.
bag of holding.
Right. Yeah. So just kind of keep that in mind. And then it ain't much, but when you go to pick up the sword, they do have a paltry offering of goods available at Wave Echo Cave. I don't know if any of them are even worth looking at, but I will post them up for you.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, again, it's not much. It's kind of like what the apprentices have been cranking out as they.
Yo,
Oh,
as
yeah.
Yeah.
Vicious light crossbow though, for
I mean, a vicious light
I-
crossbow is still a magical weapon, so it is pretty nice in case you run into spooks or elementals or demons.
Yo guys,
Yeah.
I say we get her that. She needs something if she's gonna be rolling with us.
Shit,
Anybody
so
that has
five or
access
five-
to
5,000
Wall of yeah, anybody that has access to Wall of Stone, eventually Wall of Stone is a pretty clutch spell. So might be worth trying to cast off a scroll, but might not. So
I missed what you said, Carrick.
So when I took the slippers of spider climbing, it was sort of like, oh yeah, I can walk on walls and shit. I didn't realize how valuable those things are.
Oh yeah, they're very. It's a super useful item. In a lot of cases, you might as well be flying, like because of how dungeons are built and stuff like that. Like it's really useful. Yeah.
I feel like I've used it.
Is anyone against the vicious light crossbow for IS?
No, go for it.
All right, I
she
will
might
delete
check
that
because
from
it
their
doesn't have the
list.
same range as her
what?
longbow.
Was there
Do-
nothing
do
in
what?
that we could have bought in Silver Moon for her?
Not
We
any weapon.
Okay.
We looked at it for a while.
Yeah, there weren't any weapons. I mean, we could try and buy that armor back, but he's probably gonna try and be like, nope, it's gonna cost you a hell of a lot extra now.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the decency to not immediately put it out on the shelf with a 7,000 gold piece price tag.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I could go back and have a word with him. I could be like, listen, I can start pulling off body parts, or you could give me the armor. It's your choice.
No, we've already been
I mean,
kicked
I
out of
do
one
have
town.
the belt of hill giant strength, so I could do it.
That's true. That's true. I'm sure she'll be fine. She's a trooper.
So, vicious light crossbow sold for IS.
All right. If that is the case, next week I will level IS up to be an NPC of a similar CR to your guys' level, because that is going to be way easier to run than a fully realized character sheet. So basically just the juiciest bits of Ranger condensed into an NPC stat block.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are equipped. You guys are level 9. You are ready to do this thing.
Do you guys want to be able to cast Wall of Stone?
Is there any fancy stuff for my sword that I can look at, or like a little block of stats or anything like that, or do you want to just run the stats at me?
Yeah. Didn't we came up with it last
Yeah,
week,
yeah,
right?
we did, but I just want to 100% for sure, so I know what to
Okay.
keep track of and all that.
If we got the Wall of Stone scroll, who's gonna be holding on to it?
I think Gyoza's the only one that can cast it.
No, I can cast spells. You don't have to be able to
Oh,
cast the
sorcerer.
spell to. Yeah, I'm a sorcerer.
For the scrolls, they have to cantrip spells, or cantrip scrolls and protection scrolls can be cast by anybody who knows how to read the language that the scrolls have been penned in. For every other type of scroll, that is to say scrolls that are spells level 1 or higher, you can cast them if one of the classes that you are a member of, because multi-classing, one of the classes you're a member of has that spell as a learnable spell. So you have to have access to it through one of your classes to cast it off a scroll. If you do have access to it, but it's too high a level for you to cast, you have to do a caster check to successfully pull off the spell. The DC is 10 plus the level of the spell. So casting high level spells off a scroll is risky business, because you might just burn up the scroll and never get to use it. But as people are going to learn in this West Marches of Chult game, scrolls are where it's at.
Yo, I can cast Wall of Spell.
If you have limited spell slot issues, like everybody complain about Warlock not having enough spell slots, every magic item shop you guys go into has scrolls out the wazoo. It's another one of those pay to win mechanics though. Can you afford to buy all these consumables all the time? But it can be huge if you're going into a fight or a long dungeon into a big fight to have scrolls, because scrolls can be burnt up instead of spell slots.
Hey,
And
Gyoza.
that's gonna be hilarious for Remy, because his
You-
patron is lusting for gold.
You use a lot of concentration spells, right?
All my good ones. Yep.
Yeah. I don't. A lot of my spells aren't concentration.
Same.
So I'll be able to use. Actually, I have detect magic and bane. Those are my concentration spells. Oh, and banishment. So
I'm gonna take you guys back to the map.
So all in favor of Wall of Stone scroll? Good to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Either that, or you could just literally buy all the basic bitch healing potions that are in the region, because 50 goes into 1,000. 20 times?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lot of basic bitch healing potions.
So we'll get the Wall of Scroll Stone.
Okay. All right. I'll mark that off the list as well then.
And we still have quite a bit. But that being said, Gyoza, do you want me to hold on to it, or do you want to hold on to it?
You can hold on to it.
All right.
If you're not using concentration.
All right. Sweet. So feel free to brainstorm and hang out as long as you want. I am gonna go get some sleep.